All right, here we go. You good?
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Soft open. Soft touch.
Soft touch.
Soft touch off the glass.
Off the backboard.
Yeah, this is a soft open. Those of you guys just joining us first time, it's our soft open. We'll get the show rolling here in just a matter of minutes.
Look at your boy Johnny already on there. He's already on there, man.
We'd like to get on early. Say what's up to everyone in the YouTube chat. If you haven't already, if you're watching this on the playback, make sure you join us live every Sunday night on YouTube here. 8 p.m. right now. We might be starting the show earlier in the next few weeks. But for now, it's 8 p.m. until further notice. There's Pete. There's Johnny. Oh, yeah.
What up, Pete?
Raider Rich. What's up, Raider
what up,
Rich?
Raider Rich?
What's up to all the pillagers out there?
Yeah, we got your boy Kane in the studio this week.
Pillaging strong.
Yeah, the crew is in full strength right now.
Yeah. What's up, Noe?
Oh, Noe. How you doing? How you doing, bud?
It's a good doc. The good doc's always welcome. Good doc made his tailgate appearance this year. Hopefully he'll be coming back next year. Yeah. Yeah. Johnny says, what's up, Kane?
Hey,
All right. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready, dog.
What's up, Johnny?
Oh,
Someone needs to mute their shit.
that's right.
Be careful whatever you set on here because you're going to hear noise too. You can set it down, but just...
Yeah, just don't shuffle it around.
Yeah.
Don't shuffle it around.
Real sensitive.
Sensitive.
Sean Grogan up in this bitch.
Raider Rich, what's up?
All right. Got a bevy of phone calls this week. We got a guest for you this week. We got Kane in house for you this week. Should be a hell of a show. If y'all on YouTube are ready, I think we're ready over here. You guys ready?
Oh, I'm ready, dog.
I'm ready.
All right. All right. Mics are live. Tracks are hot. Levels are good. Smoke them if you got them. All right, here we go. You're listening to the Pillaging Podcast, companion podcast to PillagingJustForFun.com. That's PJ4F.com, the #1 podcast in Raider Nation. Tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. Call in and leave a message to be played on air at 408-909-PJFF. This episode brought to you by DC4L Custom Tees. Check them out at DC4LCustomTees.com. I'm your host, Kenny Stapler. Joined this week by Raider Kane and your boy, Che.
Yep.
What's good, fellas?
Oh, man. It's good to have you here, brother. It's good to have you back in the studio, huh?
It's good to be in the house once again, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Once again, it's on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We got a variety of munchies in the house right now. We got some air fryer chicken wings.
And they're fire.
What's the verdict, Kane?
Man.
What's the verdict?
Man. Off the chain.
People say you can't fry chicken wings without grease, but we did it.
Hey, man, I didn't believe it. You see the commercial and you see it and you be like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. But you know what? It was good.
It's good.
They're delicious, man. And your boy Kenny be cooking up them wings pretty regularly. So I'm the lucky one because I'm here in the studio all the time.
They're a little hot this week. I went with the different combination. One with the lemon pepper seasoning and that Carolina Reaper hot sauce.
Oh yeah,
that Reaper sauce.
Oh man, I gotta order some of that online, man. That's some hot sauce for chicken wings right there.
It's tasty, but it bites back.
It
it does. I'm sure it's gonna bite back tomorrow too.
It'll get you.
And Kane, you got a bit of a sweet tooth right now. You got some Jolly Ranchers in front of you here.
Yep, Jolly Ranchers, and I got some cherry slices.
So I was kind of like throwing it back to, I don't know if our listeners remember this, but back in the day before Jolly Rancher came in bite-sized pieces, they came in sticks. Do you guys remember the Jolly Rancher stick?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That flat stick.
Yeah. You can, like, if you ate it the right way, you can shape it into a shiv, stab your cousin with it.
And that's how you jack somebody for the rest of their Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So for obvious reasons, they don't sell the stick no more. Yeah, that's no longer on the market.
Man, you know them was like 15 cents.
15 cents, yeah.
15 cents.
Sounds
man.
about right. Get one of those. a pack of Cherry Clans, and some lemon heads. And
Cherry Clans.
Ooh, Cherry Clan. Yeah, I used to love them, man.
Yeah.
And lemon heads.
Lemon heads.
I was all about them.
Alexander the Great.
I was all about the lemon heads. What was it? Those, what would they call them? Boston beans?
Boston baked beans.
The Boston baked beans?
Yeah, those are good too.
Yeah.
Those are hella
Yeah,
good.
those was good.
Them peanut.
Yeah, those are screaming.
Yeah, so we got a big show, but we got to start the show off right, like we do every week.
Oh, you know.
And Che, why don't you crack the top off one of them cold ones?
Oh,
You're the real MVP.
Oh,
You are the real.
I do one live too.
Oh, so nice.
Yeah, boy. You already know what time it is, y'all. I saw some people in the chat talking about what they were drinking on. I'm happy to hear that you're partaking in the chelas tonight with us. But tonight on Chelas con Che, we got this, and this was a recommendation on Twitter. I hope you're listening today, brother. The Mind Haze IPA from Firestone, right there for you. I had seen this sixer in the grocery outlet, you know, where I get all my brews. Still waiting on that sponsorship. And I passed it up. I was like, you know what? I saw a couple other beers, and I was like, you know, those sound interesting. I'll grab one of those. And then it was almost like it was meant to be, because somebody on Twitter was like, what do you know about these ones though, Chad? What are your thoughts on these? And I was like, you know what? Now I got to go get one. And my thought is, it's a pretty damn delicious beer. What do you think, brother? You've been sipping on one.
Oh man, it's off the hook. I'm waiting for the next one.
What's it taste like though? What's it taste
I
like?
got you right here. What's it taste like? Well, it's an IPA. All right. It's actually a pretty smooth IPA. Actually very smooth. It's not too strong.
Not too hoppy.
It's it's not too hoppy. It's one of those IPAs that you could probably, you know, do a session with these, right? It's all day session IPA. Alcohol is at what do we have here? We have about 6.2, so it's a nice calm IPA, right? It's not one of the stronger ones. Not no Denogonizer, that's for damn sure, right?
Not Lagunitas, my favorite, but it's close to it.
Right.
Very, very close to a Lagunitas.
But it's one of those. It's a refreshing IPA, man. It's one of those ones you
It's
could
like a fruity. It does, doesn't it?
you could drink this all summer long, though. I'll probably be buying a few of these in the summer.
Raider Rich says he's drinking that Corona Familiar.
Love Corona. Shout out to Corona.
That's that Kawama. Did you buy that Kawama? You buy that Kawama? They sell those at grocery outlet too.
Hell yeah.
And who doesn't enjoy a good Corona with a lime in it? I love it.
That's it.
So right off the bat, we have some announcements here. As you guys know, proud member of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network. That's the CNPN. We're launching a flagship show. It's called the Crow's Nest Podcast.
Yeah,
Proper.
that's right.
Often referred to as the Nest up here in the Crow's Nest. We've been working on it for a little while. All the music is set. We got our sound drops coming in. We got guests we're lining up. Nobody you may have heard of, but people you're going to be happy to hear from. I'll say that.
Oh yeah.
And we got a release date coming up. We're looking at a release date of either March 19th or March 26th. By the way, the week, I believe, of the I want to say that's the 17th, Sunday the 17th. The Pillaging Podcast will be off the air. We'll be talking about the Crow's Nest tonight after the show when we're going to release that. We might release that during that week, record it early, release it for you guys so you have some content. The first episode, at the very least, will show up on this feed right here. If you want to continue listening to that show, you're going to have to go subscribe to it individually, and we'll give you guys some more direction on that. But it's going to be the Crow's Nest Podcast, so should be pretty easy to find. There is another Crow's Nest out there, and we'll make it easy for you to distinguish between the two. Shout out to Just Win Johnny, One Nation Fanwear, for designing the logo. He's working hard on that right now. So yeah, that's the update on the Nest. I know you guys have been asking for it. It is coming. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be quite nice.
Good times.
Also on tonight's show, we got a guest. We got Dwayne Douglas, CMPN's newest member.
Oh yeah.
So welcome, Dwayne. That's the Put On Waivers podcast. We've been trying to get Dwayne into the network for a while now, and all the T's are crossed, all the I's are dotted, and so we want to welcome Dwayne to the network. We're going to do so in pillaging fashion by running him through the 2-minute drill, and of course talking to him about the Oakland Raiders.
That's right.
Which we can say now. We can say the Oakland Raiders. And thanks again for all your donations. And real quick, merchandise, One Nation Fanwear plug. You guys already know about DC4L Custom Tees. We're plugging One Nation Fanwear real hard right now. And make sure you go check them out at onenationfanwear.com. We're going to take just a really quick break here at the start of the show, and we'll get right back on the air with you guys.
Yep. What's good, y'all? Sorry about that. We had to take a quick break. We're trying to get back to y'all as soon as possible. How y'all living out there, YouTube? Who said? Johnny said the pink lemonade stick was fire. Shank. Baby sweet shank.
I like the cherry one and the apple.
Pete said Sunday is for cellas. You damn right. You goddamn right. Sunday's for cellas, Pete. I mean, the whole weekend's for cellas, honestly.
Shit, the whole week.
Anybody that's been following, that follows me on Twitter, was seeing my post yesterday. I had a nice little IPA during the day at the house. And then went out for dinner to celebrate a relative's birthday, my cousin's birthday. And I had some that 21st Amendment Blood Orange IPA, man. That shit was delicious. Me and my brother were deep in those right there.
Blood Orange, huh?
Yep. It was delicious, man.
Man, I ain't never had. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, man. 21st Amendment. Go check them out. Y'all ain't never heard of, if you guys haven't heard of them. I mean, there's so many craft breweries out, man. I mean, you really, there's so many selections out there. There's tons of people making real good beer, man. I mean, I got a homie, that I went to school with. He's a home brewer. He linked up with a local brewery in my hometown, and they put some fucking beers together, So it's all
right?
yeah.
Oh, okay,
they put a little special beer together, representing our hometown. It's called Salmonito Sunrise. You got to go get it from their little local tap room in San Juan, though. San Juan Bautista.
Yeah, there's a place out in San Francisco that a brewery that I service and one of my customers, and they gave me a couple 6-packs of their beers called Magnolia Brewery in San Francisco, and they got an IPA. The name doesn't come to mind right now, but they have an IPA, and it was a limited edition one, and they gave me a 6-pack of it. Oh man, it was good. So homeboy said he was gonna be brewing up some new stuff coming up here pretty soon, and was gonna drop me off a couple 6-packs of it. So maybe I'll drop you off some, and then you can, preview it.
I ain't ever turned down a 6-pack, dog. You bring them 6-packs, I'll take one.
Speaking of 6-pack, I had some Pete's Coffee and forgot to bring it.
I saw that post, man. You don't even know, man. I go through like 6 cups in the morning, dog. It's no joke. I'm a heavy coffee.
You don't
drinker,
be jittery after that,
bro. I almost need it to run now. Like because when I first started the job that I currently have, right? I'm gonna take it back. I was substitute teaching for a while, and that's when I started drinking coffee heavy. Right, every morning I'd have a cup, and then right around break time I go into the teacher's lounge. I refill, right? But since I stopped teaching. Since I stopped subbing and I got the job that I currently have, I got to drop like 3, 4, 5 cups, dog, easy. And I have a big mug, dog. I have a mug that's like, it probably like a 22 ounce or 24 ounce.
That's too much coffee, bro.
I fill that up. I fill that up twice. I fill that up twice before like 11 o'clock, dog.
Oh man, hey, I wouldn't be able to eat lunch, bro. I'd be like this. I'd be like, shit. You know what? Hey, that's worse than a 5-hour energy drink.
Hold on, real quick. I just gotta say what's up to Donnie. Donnie, I see you, bud. How you doing, man? These are some of my peoples over here, man. I'm glad to see you over here, man. Taking in the show. Glad to see y'all, man. Yeah, no, dude. I don't know, man. I got a tolerance for it. So now I have to drink like a certain amount in order to just feel like energized to get through the work day, dog.
Like when I was in my my early 30s, I used to drink a lot of coffee like that when I was between 30 and 35. And then as I got older, I was like, man, this is just starting to it's giving me the jitters. I don't want to eat. You know what I mean? It's hard to eat once you've been off coffee. You know, it just to me it ruins your whole. After so much of it, it just ruins the day. One cup is good. One cup is good.
You know what though? I guess that's the thing with me is that, and I know Kenny's kind of the same way. He don't really eat a whole lot during the day, and I don't really eat a whole lot during the day, dog. So I'm just throwing back cups of coffee, you know.
Well, shit, I'm 6'1", 165, 170 pounds. I eat all day. I have to eat. I eat breakfast. I eat lunch.
Well, I'm 6.5, dog, and I'm like, probably like in the 230 range right now, and I go all day without eating, dog.
Oh man,
basically,
I got to eat.
I hit lunchtime like around probably 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
But
grab something to eat in my house.
I like tea.
Tea's good.
I'm a big tea drinker. I drink chamomile. I love chamomile tea.
Right.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
I drink 4 to 6 cups of coffee a day, and I eat dinner at 11:30, and then I don't eat again until 11:30 the next night.
Really?
I don't have time at work.
Yeah.
11:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you haven't ate shit all day.
No.
Whew.
He's on that fast though, man.
If I was that man,
that
I'd be
intermittent
passed out.
fast though.
I will pass out. Man.
He's actually worked his diet into that style of eating. That actually works out for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, my stomach just wouldn't let me do it.
How many calories you taking in at night?
At night, anywhere from 1,500 to 1,800 calories in one meal.
Yeah.
That's a big meal.
Well, that's a big meal.
Get done.
You do 2,500 a day. For an average person can do 2,500 a day.
And I'm on a cut, so
yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Bobby Wasabi, what's good, dog?
What's up, Bobby Wasabi?
What's up, Bobby? What's up, Vincent Lotstein?
He knows, bro. Kenny on that Bustelo. He already knows.
Yeah, I drink that Cafe Bustelo.
That Bustelo's
that
good,
yellow
dog.
can. Look for that yellow can.
Yep.
In your local bodega.
Safeway, bro. Safeway has it. Safeway.
Anyways, crisis averted. I handled the situation.
There you go.
It's all good. We get back on the air right now.
Oh, yeah.
You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
And we're back. Sorry about that quick break. A little out of character for us, but when duty calls, I must answer. There wasn't the actual duty. It was fatherhood duty.
Okay.
It wasn't duty. It wasn't like duty.
You didn't have to take the kids to the pool.
Duty.
It wasn't that kind of duty.
That duty.
Vince wants to know where my shades are at. I left my shades in the other room. They'll be back for the next segment. Trust me. I'm already hurting over here. But where were we? We were doing announcements. Yes, merchandise. Make sure you check out One Nation Fanwear. They got all original gear for the Raider fan out there. Very different, very street. Check it out, man. It's clean stuff. They got the spring line coming out pretty soon. And you already know DC4L Custom Tees, which dropped the official 2-minute drill t-shirt. So if you think you got what it takes, make sure you go get yourself that You're Stalling t-shirt.
You're stalling. Yeah, that's a great shirt. And you got that, you goddamn right.
You goddamn right.
That goddamn right shirt
That's
out there
it.
too.
And while we're at it, last announcement, I guess, for right now. They said they didn't want no shine, but I got to give them shine anyways. Make sure you check out the Wolfpack podcast.
Yeah.
With our man Bobby Wasabi.
That's right, Bobby. We see you, dog.
Monster Mash and Raider VC. Check them out. It's a mix, a little bit of everything. Pop culture, Raiders, pro wrestling.
Yeah.
It's a funny show.
It's dope.
It's a funny show.
If you heard Bobby if you've heard Bobby call in, you know he's got some of the funny fucking takes. Yeah. He's got some of the funniest takes.
So
you already know, man. You already know what to expect from Bobby Wasabi.
I'm hoping we could do some crossover with them once we launch the Crow's Nest. We'll see. They might be too big for us by then. We'll see. But check them out. Check them out on Twitter. You can find them on there. Wolfpack 1. I believe it is Wolfpack with a C. Wolfpack 1. Check them out. But let's get into it, guys. Let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Quick hits. Raiders expected to announce a renewed lease with the Oakland Coliseum for 2019 with an option to return in 2020. Because you know how construction be. Sometimes it don't get done on time.
Sometimes. Hey, man, you got to plan for the worst, right?
Well, last time I checked in, it was 47% complete.
Right.
That was a few weeks ago. So it would appear that it's right on pace. But wait till they get to wiring that bitch.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be the fun part.
A movable roof.
Yeah.
Movable football field.
What could go wrong?
Plenty.
We know the monorail is behind schedule right now. We'll see what the rest of the stadium does. We'd love to see our Raiders in a brand new shiny stadium, but hey, living out here, we ain't going to be mad if we get a little extra time with them. You know what I mean? A little extra quality time.
Hell no, but you got a lot of haters out there that put like dissing them. Oh yeah, sure you guys are gonna be out by 2020. Sure. Listen, man, what is there to complain about? They stick around 2020. I'm not gonna be talking shit about them. I'm gonna be excited because that's another season we got right down the road from us.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Come on now.
When this thing kicked off, I said it might not be until 2021, possibly 2022.
Yeah.
So
that's a little far.
If they end up here, end up here, I'm happy. It's a benefit to me.
I feel you.
Just a quick correction for those of you listening at home. It's actually Wolfpack Nation 1. Wolfpack with a C, Nation 1, all one word.
There you go.
The number 1, Wolfpack Nation 1. Make sure you follow them and check out their show. I think it's a lively show.
That's our boy, man.
I think you're going to enjoy it.
Those are our boys, man. Go check them out.
Yes, sir.
That's it. Bobby says I'm the man. I know I'm the man, Bobby. I don't need you telling me I'm the man. I know I'm the man.
Bobby, you the man.
Yeah, you the man, Bobby. I'm just playing.
Say, who is the man?
Yeah, but let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
John Gruden spoke with JT the Brick this week regarding his relationship with new GM Mike Mayock and their approach in this year's draft. First off, he spoke very highly of Kyler Murray. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. It's all smoke screen. We ain't drafting Kyler Murray at 4. All we can.
Absolutely not.
No.
If you're on Twitter, you take everything that's on Twitter as reality, man. You probably think we're taking Kyler Murray at 4.
Yeah.
With everybody that's talking about it. Man.
Yeah, true that. We posted the Twitter poll last week, and that thread is still going tonight. It's quite heated in there. We'll talk about that maybe later when we get to the shout outs, because I had a shout out. But John Gruden during this conversation characterized the team as being in transition. If you think it's anything else but that, you are twisted. You are drinking the Kool-Aid more than the rest of us. This is a team in transition. Mm-hmm. We've talked about the holes already during this offseason, so we don't need to go back into it. But it is a team in transition. He did mention a move to Vegas and wanted to be up and running by then. So that timeline that a lot of fans have talked about, yeah, it's definitely it's definitely something that's been talked about in the organization. Yeah. You know, they want to hit Vegas with a big splash. And we're in transition right now. But he did cite the fact we got a bevy of draft picks. We got a lot of ammo. And anything can happen in the first round. And all picks are up for grabs, according to Mike Mayock and John Gruden. They could be wheeling and dealing. They could be standing pat. What do you guys think? Is this a smokescreen? Or do you think these picks are going to get dealt? Are we going to move around? Are we going to trade for players on draft day? What could happen? Anything goes, right?
All of the above.
Anything's possible, man. Nothing's out of possibility. But there's a lot of people out there talking some extremes, too. There's a lot of people out there talking some extremes. You talk about trading away like all our damn picks for established players, and that's just crazy. That's just crazy.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild.
That's wild, man.
I mean, but that's what goes on at this time of year.
Yeah.
Right, because there ain't nothing happening, dog. Everyone's getting desperate, just sitting around waiting for some real news to happen, so they just start making up fucking stories themselves.
A lot of speculating.
That's it.
And then John went on to list, positions of need. He mentioned another running back. He mentioned defensive lineman. He mentioned tight end. He mentioned the entire defense at every level needs improvement. So he's very aware of the holes on this roster and the opportunity he has right now to fill them. He did not rule out moving out of the first round with one of those picks. He says Mike's going to be on the phone all day, wheeling and dealing. All picks, again, are in play. Currently, right now, this was a few days ago. He said for the last 10 days, they've really been focused on free agency. What they're looking for is not veteran players at the end of their career, but blossoming young talent. They have a lot of money to spend. He did caution they may not spend all of it. They want to, have some money left over for the possibility of a trade on draft day. So it's sounding more and more like that's really, really in play. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And it could happen sooner than later. Doesn't necessarily have to happen on draft day. Talked a little bit about the coaches, new coaches, old coaches. Lost Callahan and Ansley, but brought in Kirby Wilson, a running back coach. Coached with Gruden back in Tampa Bay. He's worked with Le'Veon Bell in Pittsburgh. He's paying attention. Johnny Morton came in to replace Callahan, worked with John Gruden in Oakland the first time John was here, and he's moved around the league. And then Brenston Buckner from Arizona and Tampa. So a lot of moving spots there on the coaching roster. What we still don't have is a DB coach. We have a DB assistant coach, but no DB coach.
Johnny Morton, do you know who gave him his stardom in coaching?
Mm-mm.
Al Davis.
Al Davis. Look at that.
Al Davis. He was a player, and Al told him when he stopped playing football to come talk to him about a job.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that. He actually did an interview about that.
Interesting. Speaking of holes on this roster, there's a man that opens up a lot of holes, and his name's Gabe Jackson.
What up, Gabe?
And a guy that's trying to learn how to open up some of these holes is Brandon Parker. Apparently, the two are roommates, and they've been living together all off season.
Okay.
That's good news, right?
That's real good news.
We like that?
I
Yes,
like
sir.
that a lot.
All right. Player recruiting has already begun on social media. First and foremost, Jalen Richard took to Twitter to try to recruit Antonio Brown. And another Bay Area native, not a Raider, but a Bay Area native, recruiting Le'Veon Bell out there the other day was Damian Lillard. Bell said, "Where should I go now?" And Dame said, "Raider Nation."
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah, you know what? Dame Lillard's he's a dude, man. That's the dude right there. He's a Portland. He's on the Trail Blazers. I'm a Laker fan, but he's the guy right there, man. He's repping the Raiders to the day he dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from Oakland.
He's from Oakland.
Diehard
Man.
Raider fan. Diehard A's fan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those of you on the live stream right now, hearing those pops, we hear them too. They won't come out in the audio recording, so if you guys are listening to this on audio, you don't know what I'm talking about. But we'll work on the break. It's an issue. Don't worry about it. Just keep drinking.
There you go. They'll go away. They'll disappear.
They will.
Fact.
Those are facts.
That's right. It's time for Silver and Black Facts, brought to you every week by Pro Football Focus. Make sure you follow them at PFF_Raiders for all your Silver and Black Facts.
Fact.
Here's a fact. The Raiders' 13 sacks and 146 total QB pressures in 2018 were both the second fewest of any team defense since PFF began full season data in 2006. Ouch. That hurts.
Fact.
Arden Key ranked 5th among rookie edge rushers with 31 total pressures, but ranked 14th in pass rushing productivity. Pressures snap with weighting towards sacks. So just a little breakdown of what that is. Arden Key played way too many snaps in 2018. And that's a fact.
Those are facts.
Fact.
And Frosty Rucker. Shout out to our boy Frosty.
Shout out, Frosty.
We see you on IG.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for interacting with us. We appreciate that. You got to come on the Pillaging Podcast. So
That would be amazing.
I want to hear Frosty Rucker run this 2-minute drill. That's what I want.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't that be dope?
Speaking of running, Frosty Rucker ranked 11th amongst edge rushers with 22 run stops, tackles that constitute a win for the defense. You know, Frosty Rucker is an older cat. He's a veteran player, but we heard his name called quite a bit this season.
we also saw that real cool after the game in the locker room video of John giving him the game ball,
Yeah.
right? And him talking about what it meant for him to be a part of the team. That, you know, that he seems like a real dude, man. He
Yeah,
seems
he
like
kinda-
a real dude, you know?
Yeah, he kind of held the locker room together.
Yeah.
When it was going through turmoil around week 5 through 8,
Yeah.
you know.
And that's why
Yeah.
you need them vets, man. That's
Yeah.
why you need them vets.
I personally would not mind seeing Frosty Rucker back on this roster
No.
for that kind of reason. You know what I mean? As depth, not starting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not just because he likes our posts, man.
Yeah, not just because of that either. he be liking them chill out posts, though.
He does, man. He does. Hey, come over here and have a fucking chat out with us, Frosty.
Yeah. Crack a
I
chill
got
out.
some extra ones, dog.
That's it.
Fact.
We got some overall PFF grades for edge defenders on the Raiders. I'm not going to go through them all because a lot of these guys aren't here anymore, or they're really just nowhere to be seen. Guys like Shalik Calhoun, Bruce Irvin, and that just shows you how thin this edge rusher class is on the Oakland Raiders. This position, this depth chart at position. So the notable guys that are on here: Frosty Rucker and Arden Key. But we will go over some of these 2019 free agent edge defenders.
Here we
'Cause
go.
We've talked about this last week. I know there's a lot of edge defender talent coming out in this draft, and everyone's high on that, and that's cool. I'm all for drafting an edge defender. I hope we do. But I also would not be mad at us signing a veteran edge defender. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to read off the top 5 edge defenders in free agency as ranked by PFF. And Kane and Che, I want you guys to play GM and give me one guy out of these 5 that you wouldn't mind signing this year. So number 1 at the top of the list is Trey Flowers, coming out of New England. He graded out at a 90.4. Then you got DeMarcus Lawrence, who we've talked about, at 89.5. Jadeveon Clowney, despite us feeling like it's been quiet on the Clowney front, he's number 3 at 89.2. Then, of course, you got D Ford at 88.9. And then rounding out that top 5 is Brandon Graham from the Eagles at 88.7. So let's go to you first, Kane. Out of these top 5, who's a guy that you wouldn't mind seeing the Raiders throwing some money at this offseason?
Well, if I had to choose one, well, first of all, let me say this. I don't think the Raiders are going to sign a big-name defensive end. But with that being said, I would go with DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the most consistent. He has the most sacks in the last 3 years, and he's probably going to have another 3 or 4 seasons where he's going to give you a 10 or 11 sacks a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
You like that? You like that?
You like that?
So, Che, now it's on you. Yeah, DeMarcus Lawrence. I can't really argue with that pick with Kane.
Well, you know what? You narrowed it down to that top 5, those first 5 that you read. I actually have somebody else on that list that's further down that I like, that I would actually prefer if we could get our hands on. But because we're going with the top 5, I actually would not be mad. And, of course, this is depending on what the price tag is.
In timeout, really quick, I actually skipped over a player. I put Brandon Graham in that top 5. He's actually not in there. It's D Ford.
Okay.
It's D Ford.
Well, you got D Ford at 4.
Well, where's Frank Clark on that list?
So I was right.
Frank Clark is at 7. I believe.
Okay, I see him down there. Okay.
And that's the guy that I was looking at, right? But if we're talking about the top 5, I'm going to say Clowney.
Okay.
And this is why I say Clowney. Clowney came in the same year as Khalil Mack, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's got youth on his side, right?
Okay.
He was also out really early on in his career, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like he still has a lot of development to make. You know, he's got a lot of progress to make still on the field. He hasn't been on the field as often as other players, so I think he could develop a lot more. And when he came out, he was highly touted. He was the number 1 guy, right? Everybody saw him as the number 1 edge rusher. They didn't think Khalil Mack was going to be the guy that everybody knows now. They thought Jadeveon Clowney was the guy that you take, and that's why they took him.
Yeah.
That's why the Texans took him. So I think there's upside for him. We've seen him. He's a freak, right? He's athletic. He's long. And so I think there's potential for him to have a breakthrough, right? I think we have yet to see the best of Jadeveon Clowney as a player.
I agree with you with that.
So that's why, I mean, if we're talking about the top 5, I would take him. Take him.
My turn. I'm kind of actually going off of the chat here, and Sean's actually stealing my thunder a little bit. And what I'm trying to say is I agree with them. My guy's Trey Flowers, the number 1 guy. Why not get the top guy? New England, after reading Michael Lombardi's book and kind of getting some insight into the New England philosophy and Bill Belichick's way, is, starting the day after the Super Bowl, he goes back to the books and he sees what people are due, who's up for a contract, who's going to stay, who's going to go. New England does not overpay for players. They never throw big money at free agents. So Trey Flowers is getting out of New England, whether you believe it or not. He's out of there. I say if you're going to throw money at a guy, throw money at Trey Flowers. John Gruden's known to be a big fan of Bill Belichick. Right. Getting a guy coming straight out of that system that he can plug into his defense and have Gunther get after it. I'd like to see Trey Flowers in the silver and black. Wouldn't be mad at any of these picks. I like DeMarcus Lawrence a lot. He's 26 years old. He's got youth on his side as well. Clowney, I think the only red flag is injury right there. Mm-hmm. But again, wouldn't be mad at that either. Getting a veteran defensive end, pass rusher, Clowney, big dude, and having a young rookie come in and learn underneath one of these veteran free agents, and still being able to retain that guy for like 3 more years, 2 to 3 years. It's a win-win situation. And again, it takes snaps away from Key, which is a good thing. He's not the every down guy. I see him more of like a special weapon, speed guy, something like what Bruce Irvin was, right? But younger, and I feel like, poised to have more talent and a higher ceiling in the NFL than Irvin had. Irvin, same story with him, right after Khalil Mack getting way too many snaps on this defense. You saw him get gassed. He's not meant to be that every down pass rusher. And that's kind of how I feel about Key. That's not a knock on Key. I say plug him in there, get him in there with the fresh legs, put him in on the hit squad. You know what I mean? Put him in on the hit squad. Them third down plays and just stack it. And then now you got your Farrell in there, or your Josh Allen in there. You got your Clowney or your Lawrence on the side, Trey Flowers, and you got Arden Key coming in too, standing up. But now that's a pass rush. That's a pass rush. Yeah. Right? You got Mo Hurst.
You still want Mo Hurst on
Mo Hurst coming up the middle, you know what I'm saying? So
getting Hursty.
Yeah, getting real Hursty. But those are our silver and black facts.
Oh, yeah.
Fact.
Keeping it real tight, real quick moving segment this week.
Hey.
And shout out to Mike Grelly over there at PFF for hooking me up with facts every single week. We have some good conversations in the Gmail because that's where it goes down.
That's where it goes down in the Gmail.
That's where it goes down.
It goes down in the Gmail.
But without further ado, we do have a guest tonight. We got the newest member of the CNPN coming on tonight.
Woo!
Dwayne Douglas. If you're not already following him, make sure you go follow him. He's going to give you his Twitter as he comes on. Yes, he's going to do the 2-minute drill. Yes, that's his initiation. Do I care how he does? No, because we love him anyways. So we're going to take a short break. When we come back, it's Dwayne Douglas.
Yeah, boy.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's up, man? Dwayne, you got me? Dwayne, you there? Dwayne.
Cut out, huh?
I never heard him.
I heard him say hello and then cut out right away.
I think the phone is ringing.
I got it.
No, you got it.
Hello?
Hey, Dwayne, is that you?
Yes, it's me.
All right,
How you doing?
Good. You got a good connection?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, cool. All right, we're off the air right now. We're streaming to YouTube, but we're not recording. So let me go ahead and fade this music, and then we'll get you queued up, and I'll bring you on air. Is that good?
All right.
All right. All right, and we're back on the air. Short coming on. Dwayne, welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the network. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. How you doing?
Doing well. What's going on in the world of Dwayne Douglas at the moment?
There you go.
At the moment, Dwayne Douglas is, I'm just kind of hoping Spike Lee gets his Oscar tonight.
Oh, you watching the Oscars?
I'm not really watching it, but I just, for me, I like the totality of his work.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of my favorites, and I just want to. I mean, like, I'm not sure how many Oscar quality films people have in the belt, because you have so many. You gotta get the story, you gotta get everything got to be right for it to be Oscar worthy. So, for his sake, I feel like Malcolm X should have won it back in the day, but
yeah,
there you go.
This is his opportunity to grab one, I think.
Yeah, I felt that too. But then Denzel came back. I think it was the next year, the year after he won it for Training Day, which was a good movie. I felt he deserved it more for Malcolm X. But you know what? He got that statue regardless. Props to Denzel. Let's get right into it. Dwayne, man, tell these people where they can find you online and how can they find your show. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so, you can punonwaivers.com is the website. You can download the show there, or you can obviously go to iTunes and you can download it there. That's kind of where we live right now. It's me and my partner James Amato. You can see me on Twitter at RTPOW Podcast, and you can catch James on Twitter as well. For us, it's just more. We've been doing it for a while. We talk about all sports, and I think that's one of the things that we just love to do. Put on waivers is just a term that we talk about here when somebody gets cut.
Yeah.
So for us, we just wanted to just bring our views of of sports as far as baseball, basketball, and of course the National Football League. Which is the only hard part about it is my man James is a Patriot fan, but he's a real Patriot fan.
Okay.
So I gotta respect him. The guy, he can rep from Tony Eason to Andre Tippett to Stanley Morgan, and before.
Yeah.
So it's not like some of these 22-year-old Patriot fans who've never had a losing season in their life.
Yeah. Look at Dwayne right there, sleeping with the enemy. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what though? You gotta know the enemy a little bit before you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey,
He's infiltrating, dog. He's infiltrating.
The only piece of Patriots memorabilia I own is hold on to your phones.
Yeah.
Jim Plunkett's rookie card.
There you go.
Fair
There
enough.
you go.
You damn
Fair
right. You goddamn right.
If you had said Mike Haynes, that would have been acceptable too.
True that.
But for me, just growing. I became a sports fan just growing up. Just sitting on the front porch. I grew up in Connecticut. My family's from Jamaica. Got to all the Yaman. But my grandfather loved baseball, and we used to sit on the front porch and just listen to Red Sox baseball on the radio.
Uh-huh.
And it was on the TV, but baseball is the one sport where you can listen to on the radio, just relax and just, he would have his, that Jamaican rum, 150 proof. You could start a car with that.
Wow.
But and the only beef I had with the Red Sox was the fact that they didn't give him a ring before my grandfather passed. The last World Series you saw was '86. So, and that was one not to see if you're a Red Sox fan. But as far as that, and then he was a Cowboys fan. I was like, Cowboys, I can't do this Cowboy thing. So, so I just thought, my affinity kind of just drifted to the Raiders. Have been since I was a little kid. Used to not posters, but I used to cut out Sports Illustrated and put them on the wall, Marcus Allen and all the boys like that. So that's where I come from as far as that goes. It was hard in Connecticut. It was actually easier in Connecticut because when I grew up, the Patriots weren't good, but as time went on, they became good. So it was a little bit harder.
So how exactly did you become a Raiders fan living out there, Dwayne?
Well, I think what you can, the way I started being a Raider fan was basically NFL films. That's how I became a Raider fan. Because I remember just watching when ESPN was on in the early days, they didn't have as much content. So once they had NFL films, I used to watch so many videos of, old-time football games. And I'm like, how does this one team have all these games named after them? Holy Roller, the Ghost in the Post. I'm like, this is crazy. This one team has this many, and I remember Steve Sibble going to the vault, and he broke down how many reels of film they have for each team, and then he showed a reel of film, almost just like 2 racks just for the Raiders.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's where I never forget that episode of that show. I was like, that's crazy, that's sick. And plus, there was a game they had on. It was the year that Montana beat. My years aren't great, but the year I think it was the year that Montana beat Boris Esiason in the Super Bowl.
Oh right.
And that season, I believe the Raiders were in LA and they played. The division was terrible that year. Seattle wasn't in the division at that time, and if the Raiders had won the game, they would have won the division at 8-8. That's how bad the division was.
Wow. They
lost that game. But I just remember watching that game and then just seeing how it just was like the atmosphere, the Coliseum. It was tremendous. And then when they moved back to Oakland, that was pretty much it. But as far as me goes, I just loved watching that team. And then for me, just hearing Merlin Olsen and Dick Enberg do the game, that was our gymnasium. For me, maybe from my father and I, we knew it was a big game when Dick Enberg and Merlin Olsen were doing the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was the big game of the week.
Absolutely.
That was the big game of the week.
That was a golden era right there for a lot of us. That's one thing that we're excited about your show, just kind of go back around, is Put On Waivers Podcast is not strictly an NFL show. It's not strictly a Raiders show. I think it brings great content to the network. You guys talk about the major sports, and so definitely check them out if you're a sports fan. You want a little bit more content outside the Raiders. Dwayne Douglas, man, that's your show. That's the show you want to check out. So putonwaiverspodcast.com, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then to follow you on Twitter one more time, it's RTPOW Podcast. So make sure you guys are following that and tuning in, especially if you're a pillager. Make sure you support the rest of the shows on the network, including the Ladies of Darkness. They're out there doing their damn thing.
You're damn right.
But this is a football show, Dwayne, and it's Sunday.
Let's go.
And we got no more football. So what's a non-football Sunday look like in the world of Dwayne Douglas?
For me, it's like watching spring training, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Spring training.
Okay.
That's the only preseason I could watch because it's not only you know, it's just for me. It's just like when I'm sitting there watching it, it's like you're watching young dudes who could realistically, the top prospects, be on the major league roster.
Yeah.
So like, you know, so as far as that goes, I mean, but that and then just kind of looking at the draft for the Raiders, like, you know, like what are the Raiders really gonna do in the draft? And like kind of prepping for that, like, you know, like because for me, I'm sitting there saying to myself, like, I don't want to draft like last year. I'm a hard critic when it comes to the Raiders. Like I'm a hard critic. I don't, like, you know, I love them, but like I can't ride with the pom pom now. Like I can't do that. I wouldn't be true to myself.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta call like I see it. Like I've been through too much losing for me to you know, just forget about what's going on with them. So
it would be irresponsible of you to just drink the Kool-Aid and go along with whatever and be rah-rah and feel like everything's going to be fine. Raiders in the Super Bowl in 2019. That's just not an educated opinion, Dwayne. I respect that.
You can't do it.
But
to me, go ahead.
I was going to say, you know, that gives us a nice segue to talk about the draft with you right now. You've had some time to think about it. We got a bevy of picks in the first round, not only this year, but next year as well. We you know, there's a lot to work with here in the 2019 draft. So, Dwayne, how do you see this shaking out, at least in the first round for the Raiders?
To me, I have not seen a really good Raider defensive unit in my lifetime, really. I know 2016 they had a lot of turnovers, but it wasn't the caliber of defense that I would have liked.
No. Right.
So, and to me, I think they really missed the boat because I really think if Mo Hurst and Arden Key and P.J. Hall could have played with 52, their rookie years would have been a lot easier across the board. I think, you know, Arden Key was the king of the almost sack last year. I mean, how many almost sacks did that guy have? And I feel like you know, I would have personally. I mean, like, it's old news, but like to me, I would have built the team around, you know, number 4, number 52, but that's neither here nor there. I'm going defense all three. Like I want defense. I know Devin White is possible. Like, when was the last time? Why can't this team? And it drove me crazy when Reggie was there and Jack Del Rio. Like this team is like allergic to getting a middle linebacker. Like one of the few jerseys I had is Kurt Morrison. Like he's probably the best middle linebacker we've seen on the Raiders, you know, forever. And like that's the central. Even no matter what that's the guy who's calling up the defenses. He's stopping the run. I mean, stopping the run is the biggest thing I want to see. Just stop the run. Make teams one-dimensional. And at that point, then you can take your keys off of everything else. You know, let Paul Gunter do whatever he wants to do creatively, defensively. Like, you know, if he wants to send somebody off the corner or stuff like that, that's fine. But to me, solidifying that defense is huge. I don't care if the best player available is a defensive tackle and we have a bunch already. I don't care. Just go get him. There's no, I don't want it, because we already missed out on Tremaine Edwards. You missed out on Roman James. You missed out on a lot of really good players to draft Colton Miller. Now imagine if they drafted that guy. If they drafted the right guy last year, and they could go out there and get a better left tackle prospect than Colton Miller was, you know? And I also want to see something with John. Is John going to be an excuse guy for his picks, or is he going to bring in somebody to push those guys? Is he going to bring in somebody to push Colton Miller? Is he going to bring somebody to push the right tackle, who struggled all last year. Like, is he gonna do that? Like, I know that the right tackle is staying with Dave Jackson in the offseason to try to help him get right, but I don't want to see another Raider who got boobs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not in shape. Like, I mean, like, Marcus had boobs. I don't want to see another Raider with boobs. Unless they're a Raiderette. Like, I don't want to see that. You need to be in shape. Yeah, I live in an area where I see a lot of pro athletes, and I just saw Taylor Lewin, who is the left tackle of the
Titans.
Of the Titans, and like that dude looked like, okay, that's how a tackle is supposed to look. Like, for real. That's why he makes $15 million a year. Right. It takes two people to get by that dude. So number one, that's I want to see. That's what I want to see. How is dynamic going to work between him and Mayock? I know he has final say, but is he really going to listen to Mayock? That's my biggest worry, because he can be headstrong, like, no question about it. But just, you brought the dude in. He's good. He knows the draft left and right. Let him do that job, yo.
So let me bring you back around to the question again, because you gave me Devin White. You got 2 more picks left on the board. You're going all defense. Who else you got?
I mean, I think corner-wise, corner-wise, I'm probably looking at the corners there. I don't really, I mean, for me, you're not going to get a pass rusher down there, so you might as well go out there and get, as many, get some defensive back help as you can. I mean, or linebacking help. I'm going to go pass rusher with the kid out of Alabama, Quentin Williams, or, I mean, it'd be nice to. I mean, I wanted Bosa. I think everybody and their grandmother wants Bosa, but he's not. He's probably going to go first or go before the Raiders pick. So to me, I don't look at it as. I look at it as a situation where they need to go out there and get the best defensive players available in the first 3 rounds. Build that defense through the draft, and then if you want to go out there in free agency and do your thing with the free agents to fill in the spots offensively, that's the move out there. That's the move that I would see. The guy who I don't want no part of, because my partner James on the Put On Waivers podcast is a huge Michigan guy, is Rashawn Gary.
Oh yeah.
He's already warned me about that guy. So he said, take anybody y'all take. If y'all trade back, whatever, fine. It doesn't matter, but don't take him, because that's one guy who, when you have defensive linemen fail a lot. Like, the offensive linemen get their goat for the most part of the game, but you have to keep that drive going. Look at the way the Patriots and the Eagles Super Bowl went. They couldn't touch Brady all day, but one play, one time, one extra effort won them that game because they forced a fumble at the end of the game. Defensive lineman finally won. You got to have that heart, man. You got to be able to have that. And if you're able to have that, then you're good to go. As far as as far as DeAndre Baker is a name out there. I like SEC guys. Who doesn't like SEC guys? I mean, it's not perfect, but at least they're playing against high quality players in that conference. I do like a lot of the Washington defensive backs at University of Washington. Those guys are talented. They're all from Southern California. So they put a lot of guys, Buda Baker, all people like that in the pros. So you gotta watch out for them as well. I wish if I want like a receiver, I feel like just go heavy in the draft, solidify the offensive line. Have you protect Carr? That's the biggest key.
Yeah,
you'll move the football. Don't worry about that stuff. That's the biggest thing. Just go defense.
A lot of information there from Dwayne, guys. You guys have any questions for our guy?
Well, my question is this. So you said you're going all defense in the first round, but you keep bringing back the point that we need to protect Carr. So you don't think that we should sneak in an offensive tackle at some point in that first round?
I just feel like a big time starter is. I would like to go at number 4 with it, but you can't though, because defensively you just can't do it. I think as far as I get it, like you can. I get what I said about protecting Carr, but I think I'm going to bring in some veteran help to the left tackle and the right tackle.
Okay.
A lot of it is just more, to me, a lot of it is coaching. You know, Dante Scarnecchia is like the guy in New England. They pull people off the street. Their first round pick they had, left tackle when he was out for the year. The Patriots didn't miss a beat. Like those are the kind of things you have to do. Like you have to be able to get quality. I'm not sure what Tom Cable's thing is. Like whether do we trust Tom Cable to kind of bring Colton Miller along to bring this offensive line along. I mean, we know what we have in the middle. I think we like it. Hopefully all those pieces come back and nobody gets cut or anything like that. Rumors about Kelechi, I don't think they're gonna cut Kelechi, but I just need the tackles to be solidified. I mean, watching some of these tapes just of him getting them getting blown up and just in Carr's lap. It's just like before he can even put his back foot in the ground. This is not the way to operate.
Right.
It's a hot mess. It's a hot mess.
One more question, because he brought it up right now. you brought up Tom Cable's name, Dwayne Douglas. So my question is this: if you had the ability to draft a new offensive line coach in the first round, who would you replace Tom Cable with?
I don't know. I mean,
and at what pick?
I don't know. I really don't. I mean, like that's the toughest part of it is like, what do you? He's already there. Like I don't think they. It's hard to find quality assistant coaches.
Right.
They talked about. I think it was Brian Billick got on interview the other day, not so long ago, and he was talking about what was the hardest thing about being a head coach, and he was just like, it's just the revolving door of the assistants. It's hard to find putting together a really good staff. I'm not sure how, like Cliff Kingsbury puts together a staff coming right out of Texas Tech. Like, I mean, that's tough. Like, like if you don't have strong NFL ties, it's very difficult to find that. So, it's to me, it's a tough situation. I mean, I'm hoping Cable can be better. I'm not. He has some pieces to work with. I think Brandon Parker was decent in the run game, but the quarterback can't be like seeing pressure in the face at the blink of an eye on everything. I mean, like there's some stats where it's like, oh my god, like like you can't put it. It's not safe to put. I'm surprised Carr lasted the season with some of his protection at the corners. Like I'm willing to work with Colton Miller, but Parker was the guy who I just was like, that's that like Al Davis question mark pick.
Yeah.
Like, everybody,
it was.
Yeah,
it was. Yeah, it was.
It was.
You had mentioned
as far as that goes, I wasn't really thrilled about that part. So let's just get better at the draft. And then defensively, and then I think offensively, there's guys out there who maybe help them in the offensive line. I know as far as middle linebacker goes, you go to maybe get. C.J. Mosley is going to cost a lot of money, and he's going to get franchised by Baltimore. I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, it'd be nice to have. My dream scenario would be signing middle linebacker. I would have took a flyer on Reuben Foster. That's just me. I would have took a flyer on him. I mean, like, it's not going to cost a lot of money. Like, it's not like he has issues. Yeah. And my boy Q always says that you need a good combination of car thieves and choir boys on a football team. So you're gonna have some bad apples. Yeah. Take a chance on that if you're gonna do that. So we'll see what they do as far as that goes. But to me, it's all about protecting the quarterback. You protect the quarterback, then they probably need more speed there at wide receiver. definitely at least a couple of guys to go deep down the field. You already have the third down automatic guy with Jordy Nelson. I don't know what Marcel Aitman's going to be.
Dwayne, I want to try to stay on track here, stay focused. Kane's got one more question for you before no, Kane, you're good. All right, I'm going to fire 20 of the hardest questions you've ever heard in your life at you right now. How about that?
Yeah.
Dwayne, so I don't know if you listen to the show, if you listened recently, but we have this thing called the 2-minute drill. So what this is, you have longer than 2 minutes. You have as much time as you need, unless you plan on stalling. I'm going to let you know. I'm going to fire 20 questions at you. 10 of those questions are going to be Raiders questions. 8 of those questions are going to come from interests that you gave me yourself. Those are in your wheelhouse. The 2 interests you gave me were shows such as The Chappelle Show, Key and Peele, and A Living Color. And the other category you gave me was hip-hop. So I got 8 questions in your wheelhouse, and I got 2 completely rando questions. The high score for the 2-minute drill was set last week by Reddy Rue. He got 13 out of 20 correct. And one of these 20 questions is actually going to be a daily double. It's you got a bonus point. You got an opportunity for a bonus point. So best perfect score is going to be 21 out of 20. You ready?
It's impossible to get 21 out of 20.
I'm horrible at this because I play along during the week.
Okay.
At the other ones, so this could be the low. If you had the high last week, this could be the low, but I can't back down from that challenge.
That's all right.
Can't back down from the challenge.
That's all right. Let's see. What's our low score so far? I think it's a 6.
7. Oh, it was a 6.
I think it was 6.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
6.
It was a 6. Austin Gale posted a 6. Ray posted a 6 from Raider Ramble, and Rory posted a 6. Those are smart guys. So
I'm a big Austin Gale fan. So like, if at least if I can get a little higher than him, I feel good.
that's a
There
good
you go.
marker.
7 is
it.
your mark.
That's it, man. Oh,
Without further ado,
and it's on.
let's get into it.
And it's on.
Good luck.
Question number 1, and this is a Raider question, Dwayne. There have been 8 winning head coaches in the history of the Silver and Black. I need you to name 5 of them.
Their records overall, their winning records.
Overall winning records, correct.
Okay, we got Gruden.
Okay.
We have Flores.
Okay.
Let's see. Gotta be John Madden. 5 winning records.
So I'm sorry, we lost audio there for a second. We got Gruden, we got Flores. Who else?
John Madden.
John Madden. That's 3.
John Madden. That's 3.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Al Davis.
Al Davis. That's 4.
That's 4. Coach. One more coach.
Need one more.
One more coach.
Is he stalling?
You're stalling.
You're stalling.
I'm going. I got that one. I'm going. I got it.
We would have accepted Jack Del Rio, Mike Shanahan, or Art Shell, or John Rauch, who a lot of people don't know about.
Okay.
Hey man, you were on a roll there for a second though, Doug.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
How did you forget Art Shell in the 90s?
All right. Let's keep it moving. Question number 2.
Yeah.
Puff Daddy gained most of his fame producing the notorious B.I.G. However, Puff had a big hit with another artist prior to Big's rise to stardom. Name that artist.
Mary J. Blige.
Oh,
One more time.
Is it Mary J. Blige?
That is incorrect. It was Craig Mack.
Craig Mack. Okay. I remember that.
Question number 3. Another Raiders question. Getting right back on track. Name the first starting quarterback in Raiders history.
Oh man.
You're stalling.
I'm I definitely saw it. Oh man, first quarterback history. LaMonica.
Just say it.
The answer we're looking for
LaMonica.
is. Go ahead.
Who's the answer? What's the
Tom.
answer? I put LaMonica in there.
Tom.
Who's the first one?
Tom Flores.
Tom Flores.
Tom Flores. Yep.
I thought it was LaMonica too. Don't trip.
Over.
All right.
Over. The batting average is horrible.
All right. This one, you got to get this one. In Living Color featured a group of dancers called the Fly Girls.
Yeah, boy.
2 of them went on to have very successful careers. Name both of them.
2 of them. Jennifer Lopez.
Okay.
That's one.
Oh my God. Jennifer Lopez. Paula Abdul. Oh, no, that one.
Is that your final answer?
That's not. I do not know the other one.
Paula Abdul was a Laker girl.
She was.
The lady we were looking for was Rosie Perez. Rosie Perez.
Rosie Perez.
Yep. This next question is a true or false question. During their time in LA, the Raiders never played a game in Oakland. True or false?
False.
That is correct.
That's right. You're on the board.
There
You're on the
you
board,
go.
Dwayne.
You're on the board.
Didn't go
Single up the
over.
middle. Single up the middle. Finally.
This next question is a tough question, and I'm going to dig deep into your hip-hop knowledge.
Oh.
Zev Love X was 1/3 of the 90s rap trio KMD. He has since gained even more notoriety under what alias?
Oh.
And I'll give you a clue. He just released an album with Ghostface Killer.
Oh shit. Damn. You just what? KMD?
Yep. And since you're having a rough go of it, I'll give you one more clue. Should I give him one more clue?
Give him one more.
Give one more clue.
He always wears a mask.
Doom?
That is correct.
That's right.
MF Doom.
MF Doom.
Yep. Was
Did
once a
not
member
know
of.
that. Well, did
once
not
a-
know that till now. That was interesting.
Yep. Once a member of KMD. His brother died, took a hiatus, came back. Is MF Doom. All right, you're on the board. You got 2 right. We're going to keep it moving. We got question number 7. We're not even halfway through this yet, Dwayne. So hang in there.
Yeah.
good all-
I'm hanging in. I'm hanging in.
This could all turn around.
It's a good. Fourth quarter comeback.
The day 1 starting quarterback for the Silver and Black in 1993 was who?
93 Raider quarterback. 93 Raider quarterback. It's 93 Raider quarterback. Hostetler.
That is correct.
Yeah, boy.
Jeff Hostetler. You only got 3 more to go to tie Austin Gale. So I feel good about that.
Looking good. Looking good.
The Chappelle Show was well known for its musical guests.
Let's say it one more time. I couldn't hear the beginning. Say it again.
The Chappelle Show was well known for its musical guests. I need you to name 6 of them.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Talib Kweli.
Okay.
Most Def.
Yep.
Correct.
Tribe Called Quest.
Correct.
Tribe Called Quest.
Well, I'm going to need you to be a little more specific than Tribe Called Quest because the full group never appeared on the show. Give you a little help there.
Q-Tip.
Correct.
There you go.
You got 3.
Q-Tip. 3. Let's see here.
You've given me Kweli, Def, and Q-Tip. I need 3 more.
I already said most Def. The Roots.
The Roots.
Yep.
2 more.
The Roots. Souls of Mischief.
Souls of Mischief.
And who else?
KRS-One.
KRS-One. That is actually incorrect. Neither Souls of Mischief nor KRS-One have ever appeared on the Chappelle Show. And I list them off for you, but there is many. There is
De La Soul,
Wu-Tang Clan. I mean,
Common,
Yeah.
Kanye.
yes.
Although he wasn't really performing, he was just walking around in a kitchen setting when Common was rapping.
All right, question number 9.
Yeah.
In what year was the Oakland Raiders franchise first founded?
1960.
Correct. If you listen to the show, that's an easy one. If you're a Raiders fan, you should know that one.
Every T-shirt has that on there.
Yeah, you're right. You goddamn right.
Every T-shirt. You goddamn right.
So this is the halfway mark here. It's officially question number 10. This is a random question. How many canine teeth does the human adult have?
How many canines? Let's go with 8.
That is one savage human being.
Wow, that's worse than Dracula.
Yo, motherfucking vampire, dog.
Correct answer is 4. Yeah, 4. 2 on the top.
Just as much as an animal.
I met some people who claim they had 8, so that's probably why.
That's a problem.
Hey, that's a
That's a
possibility,
problem.
man.
It's a problem.
It's a
That's why I'm
possibility.
in the wrong neighborhood when I see that.
Here's a tough question, but I think you can get it. The Raiders are in the process of moving right now. The Raiders moved around quite a bit in their history. In fact, they've called 6 different fields home during their existence. Name 4 of the Raiders' home fields.
Oh.
Jesus. 4 of their home fields. The
2.
LA Coliseum,
LA Coliseum.
the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum.
Correct.
That place is they call the home. Jesus.
I need
Do
2 more.
not. I don't even want to call them playing anywhere else. They
Stump.
play full seasons there?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
In Anaheim Stadium?
I need 4 stadiums.
Not Anaheim. Jeez. 4 stadiums. I don't got it.
You're stalling.
I am stalling. Shoot. No, I don't got it, man.
Would have accepted Cal Berkeley. They played 1 game there. Kezar or Candlestick, or lastly,
London or Mexico City.
or
I'm a Giants fan. I didn't remember them playing Candlestick ever, but yes, I can see Candlestick.
or Frank Yule Field. And Kane brings up a good point. The UK or Mexico City would have actually been acceptable. Would have been acceptable. Hip hop question. Hip hop question coming at you fast. In 1989, Eazy-E signed this underground West Coast gangster rap group. They went on to record such hits as Living Like a Hustler and Black Superman. Name that group.
Good luck.
Above the law?
There you go.
That is correct.
It's a round of applause for that one.
Yeah, that is correct. One of my favorites. One of my favorite groups.
Yeah, they're good. I like them.
In what year did the Raiders make their return to Oakland?
The Raiders returned to Oakland. Was it 95?
Bow.
That is correct.
Bow.
1995. You see, let's get a tally. You got 5.
Got that 6 dog.
You got 6.
You need one more.
Currently tied with your boy Austin Gale.
There you go, man.
Okay.
Name the DJ featured on seasons 3 through 5 of the sketch comedy show In Living Color. There was 2 DJs in the show's history. I need the second one.
SW1 is not the answer, right?
I'm the one asking the questions.
He tried to bait you. Yeah.
Oh, man. Kid Capri.
That is incorrect. DJ Twist. DJ Twist.
Very clear.
Kid Capri was Def Jam comedy, bro.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
no,
right.
and the DJ on In Living Color was actually Sean Wayans for a while, and he was not a fucking DJ. He
No.
was just pretending.
Yeah. He was SW1.
Yeah, he was SW1. Yeah.
He's the SW1, kind of a riff on the S1W shutout Public Enemy.
There you go.
Security of the first one. True or false, the Silver and Black have always carried the moniker Raiders. True or false, the Silver and Black have only ever been named the Raiders.
Ooh.
You gotta know this one. You're gonna lose your Raider fan card. You better pull it out.
I'll say false. They have not always been.
Sorry, that is correct. That is correct.
Yes, that's right.
For a brief period of about 14 days, they were called the Seniors. When the Raiders were taken over, they put out a fan poll. I believe it was in the Oakland Tribune for the fans to rename the team. It was renamed the Seniors. Later changed back to the Raiders.
Actually, they was the Mules first.
The Mules.
Then the Seniors.
That's good knowledge, King.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah. Thank God both those names are garbage, dog.
What's that?
Wasn't it gold in the uniform? A little bit of gold in the uniforms back in the day too.
It looked like Chicago Bear uniforms
It
a
was
little bit.
just pure silver and black.
Yeah. All right, next question. It's the tricky one. Real name Kendrick Davis cemented his place as an East Coast hip-hop legend with his first record produced by DJ Premier entitled The Sun Rises in the East. What was his MC name?
So my boy, Jay with the Damager. Jay with the Damager.
There you go.
Sorry.
That's my dog right there.
Yeah.
That's my dog.
That's correct.
The Prophet.
Jeru the
That's my boy.
Prophet. That's right. Come clean. Dwayne's coming clean right now.
Yeah.
I keep hitting the damn wrong button.
Is he on 8 right now?
He's on 8 right now.
Yeah, he's got 8.
Oh,
You're
you
up
got
to 8.
8. Oh, good, bro. You trying to get towards the record here.
Currently tied for second place. And you still got your daily double coming up, so it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good.
All right, man.
Question number 17.
A car, this is the car fourth quarter comeback. Let's go. Keep on.
There you go. There you go.
Strong second half.
You got 4 left. Entering the 2019 season, who holds the record for the most touchdown passes in Raiders history?
Entering the 2019 season, Carr.
That is incorrect. Correct answer is Kenny Stabler. Carr is the yardage holder. Yardage record.
And yardage, that's why you broke past there.
I tricked you there, entering the 2019 season. I could have said entering the 1985 season. Would have been the same answer. I fooled you. He was a recurring character on the Chappelle Show who became the richest man in America off a dice game. What was his name?
Yeah.
Just watch that damn skit. Oh my
You're
god.
Stomp.
Oh my god. What was that here? The World Series of Dice. Oh man. Oh my god. I do not. It wasn't Ashley.
No, it wasn't. Nope. Ashley Larry, he lost all the time, dog.
Oh god. Ashley Larry. It was not Ashley Larry. I forgot it.
Tron. His name was Tron.
But you would think it was Ashley Larry, though. Yeah.
What do you think he's going to do with all his money? He's going to give it back to the community.
Yep.
Psych! That's what he said. All right, this next question.
The Daily Double.
The Daily Double. This question is worth 2 points if you can give me both answers. Might only be worth 1. We'll take either one. You got a chance for 2. He's listed as the number 2 all-time sack leader for the Raiders. Number 2. What's his name? Bonus point if you could tell me how many sacks he had.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
Number 1 sack leader of all time. Number 2 sack leader of all time.
Yep.
Is that Howie Long?
You goddamn right.
That is correct. Can you tell me how many sacks he had for a bonus point?
I don't know how many sacks he had for his career, but I just knew he was. I think Townsend was first.
Shit, throw a number out there.
So he was. I think he was. I don't want to look it up to cheat.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, I don't want to cheat.
All right.
I don't want to cheat.
So what's your number? Throw it out there.
Number as far go out there. Let's go with. Let's go with 80.
So close. 84.
You were very close to guess.
Was it? Oh, damn. I almost know go 75 with his number, but I figured he had more than that.
You're not doing bad, Dwayne. You got 9 right so far. You got a chance for 10 with this final question. That'll put you in second place in 2-minute drill history. What sport gives its competitors 3 attempts at the snatch?
Saying?
What sport gives its competitors 3 attempts at the snatch?
3 attempts at the snatch?
That's right. That's a hell of a sport.
This is a real sport. That's not like a brothel or nothing. A sport with 3 at let me go with polo.
That is incorrect. Correct answer we were looking for is weightlifting. But Dwayne, you didn't do bad. You got 9 out of 20. Not quite a passing score, but good enough for second place. You're tied in second place with Chris Simmons over there at the Raider Ramble. So that's not bad company at all. You did well, man. You did well.
I'm disappointed with the. I have to blow up on my Chappelle show.
There you go.
I did not do as well as as big a fan as I am. I did not do as well as I thought I would do with the Chappelle show.
Dwayne, it's been great having you on, man. Anything you want to say before you get out of here?
No, I mean let's not. I mean this is a cool thing as far as just being with with you guys as a crew, and looking forward to it. The show it's doing really good things, and I can't wait. For the more of your audience to get into it. Put on Waivers podcast. PutOnWaivers.com is the website. JR_Amato 824 is my partner's Twitter handle, and the Twitter handle for I just see me tweeting out of is going to be RTPOW podcast. Definitely give us a listen. We had that perfect drive time to work podcast time, which is what we have for our focus groups. They were like, they wanted something they could listen to just on their way to work, on their way home. It was perfect. It's perfect, half an hour snippets there. So we get everything in there. We go after with every sport. And I can't wait to talk about all the Patriots this week. It's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be a hot one. I'm going to tune in for that. Make sure you guys tune in, too. Again, put on waiverspodcast.com. Make sure you subscribe on iTunes or wherever else you listen to podcasts. Again, Dwayne, it's been great having you on, and welcome to the network. We're really excited about this partnership, man.
Yeah, man. Crow's Nest, man.
All right, man. Have a good night.
I think
Peace out, Dwayne.
Peace out, bro.
Yeah, so make sure you follow our brother Dwayne at RTPOW podcast on Twitter.
Yeah, man.
Again, the Put On Waivers podcast, putonwaivers.com. So check that out. It's a good show. Like you said, 30 minutes. You're in, you're out. It's brief. It's a quick hitter.
Yeah.
It's a quick hitter.
Go. Sometimes you want that quick hitter, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good host.
He is a great host. And actually, props to you, Kane. I didn't know about the show until you were a guest on the show.
There you go.
I think it was last summer.
Yep.
And I tuned in. I've been tuning in ever since. It's been a great show. They've been growing. They got the co-host now. Audio much improved. It's a great show. It's a good listen. Make sure you guys check them out.
what's up.
It's nice to have another show on the network that covers more than just the Raiders. And I think you'll see us spreading our wings a little bit more in that fashion as we move forward.
There you go.
We want to give you some options.
Yeah.
It's like a buffet. Matter of fact, I had a very interesting all-you-can-eat experience this weekend.
Okay.
I didn't even tell you guys the half of what happened at Fogo de Chao or what happened after I left the restaurant. Chase see me in action at a restaurant.
Yeah.
I say what I feel. And I got more of that coming up after the break. Let's take
There
a
you
break,
go.
guys, and we'll be right back.
Oh, yeah.
We out.
Yeah.
Sound Roll 66.
Hey, you see my my little pen?
Sound Roll 66. Sound Roll 66. Sound Roll 66.
That Dwayne uses, so I paid attention last time I was over there. They just use the Great Value Walmart brand lemon pepper. Is that right? Yeah. I like it because it has salt in the seasoning. Lemon pepper does. One bottle. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Yeah. What's up, YouTube? How's everybody doing out there?
Sound Roll 66.
Damn, it was hot. Chicken got my mouth on fire.
Yeah. Chicken wings is hot.
Chicken wings on fire. I mean fire for real. What's the name of that hot sauce, man?
I think it's called. I'll have to tell you. I'll have to look at the bottle when I get downstairs. I got too many hot sauces. It's called. I have to look at it.
Sound Roll 66.
Let me know when you guys is ready. We'll get right back to it. I apologize for the pops. It seems to happen when we run 3 mics. I'm not sure. But it's all good.
Roll 66.
I'm gonna start the fade right now. Everybody gets settled in over here. Everyone's lip smacking these chicken wings.
Ain't nothing but a chicken wing.
Hear another chela being
Ain't
open.
no thing but a chicken wing.
Yeah. All right. You guys let me know when we're ready. We'll get right back to it.
Hold on, man. Let me wash this down a little bit.
You mind if I have a sip of your drink to wash this down?
Sip of your tasty beverage to wash this down.
Bro. This isn't like some incredible beer, but for $4.99 a 6-pack,
Oh yeah.
all
Nice-
day.
Nice,
Get the job done.
This wave train.
nice Pilsner and chicken.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys don't wipe your eyes after eating those chicken wings. That's a big
good
mistake.
call.
It's a big mistake. And
And maybe wash your hands before you go and take a piss too.
yeah.
You'll spice up your life, dog.
All right, let's get back on the air, guys. I know YouTube's waiting.
Oh yeah.
And we're back. Hell of a segment there with Dwayne Douglas.
Yeah.
Again, newest member of the CMPN. Make sure you check them out. PutOnWaiversPodcast.com. Currently on iTunes, on a few other providers as well. We're going to try to get him up and running all over the place. But look around. You can always find him on the website for sure. If you got an iPhone, real easy. Apple Podcasts or iTunes is your ticket. I teased this right before the break. We're going to get into some more Raiders football, but I took the lady out to eat on Friday. And we went to Fogo de Chao, which is an all-you-can-eat Brazilian steakhouse.
Yeah.
It was very good. It was very good. After I left the restaurant, we're walking down the street. It was very cold outside. And I hear somebody call behind me and say, "Hey!" So I turn around, I see this dude. I thought maybe he's homeless. No, he wasn't homeless. It was Santana Row. He just had that hipster homeless facial hair going on. And I turned around, mind my own business, kept walking forward, and he kind of trots up next to us. He's like, "I just got rejected by a girl that I'm actually prettier than." And I said, "Well, maybe looks aren't everything." And he's like, "Well, no, you don't understand. Like, I'm actually way better looking than this girl." And I said, "You know what? Maybe you're just an asshole."
Or maybe that's your problem, dog.
So he looked at me and he was like, "Did this guy just say that?" And my lady's like, "Babe," I'm like, "Just take some time to think about what I just said."
Let that sink in.
And he kind of kept talking, then he stopped himself and he looked at me and said, "You know what? Maybe you're right."
If you coming over here, you talking to a stranger, talking about how much prettier you are than a girl that you were trying to pick up on. How'd you come off to that girl, dog?
First of all, that's
how were you
whack
talking
as
to that
fuck.
girl? I want to hear how you were talking to that girl, right? You're like, "Hey, this is gonna be the best of your life because I'm here now."
Sound like
Fuck
an
outta here,
arrogant
dog.
prick to me.
Yeah. He was an asshole. And first of all, girls don't want a guy that's prettier than them. They want a guy.
Right? They want a man, dog. They don't want no fucking manicured, goddamn, certified eyebrows and shit.
Get it out of his mouth.
Come on, man.
And why would you want a woman that you prettier than anyway? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
That's a good
fucking
point.
who uses that term? Describe it. What man?
I'm prettier.
I'm sorry.
Than you.
What man uses that term when he?
I
describes
mean,
himself?
well,
He
hold
look in
on,
the
hold
mirror and go,
on.
I'm a pretty motherfucker.
Hold
I
on,
guess
hold
you
on,
could say
though.
that, but
Hold on, though. Hold on. Because didn't Muhammad Ali used to say he was pretty?
I'm a bad man.
Yeah, didn't he used to say I'm pretty?
That's one man I'm not going to argue with.
I know, yeah, that motherfucker kill you. I'm just saying.
And I think
Back
he
in the day.
meant. I think he meant the way he move and the way he slide on
Yeah.
that. On
That's
that,
true. That's true.
That's a pretty thing to watch right there, and I will agree with that.
But you know what, Duke? Whoever you are out there, dog, you ain't that pretty. I thought you was homeless. So you ugly and you're an asshole.
And your fucking sense of style's all fucked up.
And you arrogant.
And you left the bar with the cocktail glass in your hand. That's a dick move. Just keep it stepping. Next time you see me, don't talk to me. I got a woman. Don't talk to me.
I got a man. What your man got to do with me?
His feelings was that hurt that he had to go tell somebody else.
Yes. So, ladies, if you see this man on the street, reject him.
Yeah.
And
Make-
guys,
make him question himself again.
just once in your life, because I see a lot of guys going real fatal, go ahead and reject a woman that's prettier than you. Once. It feels good. It feels
good.
It's empowering.
Yeah.
But I got a lady, and she's way prettier than I am, and I'm grateful for that.
As do I.
I was walking around doing the
Thank God
exact
for that.
opposite. I was like, she did not reject me. And Shay was like, I don't know, maybe you're just a funny guy. I was like, maybe you're right.
Bro, I didn't. Oh, come on, man. I wouldn't do you like that, dog. I would say like That's why. You goofy as shit.
I
That's why
am.
she like you so much.
I am goofy, but looks aren't everything. But let's keep moving. Let's get back into some Raiders talk here. So normally this is the point of the show where we do Kane's Corner, but Kane's actually in-house with us this week. So it's time to start talking draft, guys. Let's talk about it. So we're going to give you our first rounders. Got 3 picks in the first round. Rule for this week is there's no trades. There's no trade backs.
Okay.
We're picking right where we sit.
No tradesies.
First of all, some of you guys might disagree, but let's be honest. Everyone is typically wrong, right? Nobody picks every pick. So before you come at me, just think about the fact that you're wrong.
Right. Maybe you wrong.
Maybe we're all wrong.
Maybe ain't nobody right in this motherfucking world.
Secondly, before you come at me and say this person or that won't be around at that pick, again, these last few years have really debunked the overall accuracy of these draft power rankings.
This
right?
is true.
So nothing seems to fall where it may. Anything could happen. So let's
If you
go
watch
first.
last year's draft, that's true.
It's true. The year before that as well. Last year's was extremely wild. We saw some talent drop really far.
And those of you that have been listening to this show for multiple seasons now know just how far off our picks have been.
Yeah.
Way off.
So we can't tell the future, yo.
No.
We're just gonna give you what we think should happen.
I think I've gotten 2 draft picks right in the history of me picking drafts.
Yeah.
And that's not a good record, but it's better than Mel Kiper.
This is hey. Yeah, point there, man.
Now, we may have stated some picks that have done well, that are
Yes.
doing well
No,
in the
absolutely.
NFL right now.
Absolutely.
We have been correct about that, all 3 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as
We have
far as
pointed out
us
some
being
guys.
correct about what the Raiders might do,
Tough.
Way off. Way off.
I did pick Carl Joseph. That was
You
right
did.
on the nose with that. But let's do the damn thing here, Kane. You were very well versed. You got a lot of notes here. Let's go first round picks 4, 24, and 27. Who do you got on your board, and why?
well, I'm gonna go with the number 4 pick. I'm gonna take Josh Allen. Why? Because the Raiders need an edge rusher.
Yes.
They need somebody who can be on the other side of Arden Key and actually play a lot more downs than Arden Key.
Yeah.
And he's your guy. I think he'll be there at number 4. Do we want to go over what I think the other 3 teams ahead of him do, or
No, let's stick to the Raiders picks. Yeah,
Okay,
let's stick to the
okay.
Raiders
And then number 24, I'm gonna take the linebacker Devin Bush. I think this guy can round out our linebacking core.
I love that pick.
Yeah, I think he'll mesh well with Lee and Moreau. You know, and make our linebacking core formidable. And as far as number 27, I think we go with Noah Fant, tight end. I don't think we're gonna keep Jared Cook. I don't think we're gonna re-sign Jared Cook. Or all rumors lead to us saying that we probably won't bring this guy back.
Yeah.
Noah Fant is a better version of Jared Cook because he can actually block. So you know, and he's a big guy, big body, big target. John Gruden likes players like that.
Yeah.
He runs a 4.55 in the 40, so he's pretty fast for a tight end. You know, so yeah, I think Noah Fant.
Good route runner. Not my number 1 tight end pick, but I think a realistic pick because the guy that I want likely won't be there. I would not be mad if the Raiders pick Noah Fant. So good round right there, Kane. I like that. I like that a lot. Che, let's go over to you, man. Who do you got in the first round in 2019 NFL draft for the Oakland Raiders?
All right. So I mean, I'm trying to keep things different from you. I like some of the. I like what you guys have to say too. Obviously, we discussed some of the picks before this, but I want to try to throw out some names that maybe you guys ain't touching on, right?
Yeah.
So with number 4, if we're going number 4, we don't trade back, right? I'm gonna go ahead and take Quinnen Williams. Okay.
Okay.
He's arguably the best inside defensive lineman, right? A lot of people have him the best defensive lineman overall, even including edge rushers.
Causes havoc.
Right. And I mean, we drafted 2 young guys last season, and we were very high on them, right? We got Hurst and we got PJ Hall. We feel good about these guys, but we also know that the inside rush it needs a solid rotation, right? And so that's the missing piece for the inside of our defensive line. We don't have a solid rotation, and we have guys that have been there, but they get injured.
Fill in guys.
Yeah, and so it's inconsistent. So if we can get another young guy with a high motor to rotate in. Maybe he's not every down. I mean, Quentin Williams, you take him number 4, you're probably going to play him the majority of the time, right? You put him right next to Hurst. I could see big things happening, man. And then you're talking about those missed sacks. Guys in the chat have been talking about those missed sacks by Key.
Yeah.
Maybe those ain't missed sacks no more,
Well,
right?
Yeah.
You got that pressure coming up the middle. There's nowhere to go, right? And that outside rush can get to them. So I think that's a way to go for us. Okay.
Okay.
And then at 24, I mean, there's a variety of guys out there. I like Hawkinson.
TJ Hawkinson.
I'm not gonna lie. I like Hawkinson, just because of the prospect of that we're probably not gonna bring back Cook.
Yeah.
Cook doesn't look like he's coming back. Although the other day I saw him post, himself in his Raider uniform, talking good things, but it looks like he's gonna try to get that payday, and as well he should.
He should.
He should, right?
He had a good season.
Everyone's always spoke about him as an underachiever, right? He's got all the talent, all the athleticism, and his numbers never produce. They never showcase what his physicality, his athleticism should be putting out there, right? And so last season was his best season stats wise, right?
Yeah.
Of his entire career. So go out there and, I ain't mad at you, dog. Go out there and get your paper. If you're gonna get your paper, get it. Because you have a short career in the NFL. So TJ Hawkinson would be great. But if not, and again, 24, I don't know if this guy falls that far down. I don't know.
I don't see him falling that far.
Yeah, I don't know if Hawkinson falls that far down. But also the guy that I'm thinking, because I want to go different, Greedy Williams. I don't know that he falls to 24, but if he's there, I think you take a chance on a corner, because we want to see if we can get a bookend corner with your boy Conley, right?
Yeah.
So if he's there, I think you take a chance on Greedy Williams, man,
Right.
and you take him at 24.
A guy that was projected maybe in the top 10 who's been falling on boards pretty quickly recently.
Right,
So,
right.
And with your 27th pick,
And my last guy, and this is somebody, and you we discussed him a couple weeks back, and you were kind of like, I don't know, man, it's kind of similar to somebody we already have. But dude out of Florida State, edge rusher Brian Burns.
oh yeah, I like that pick.
I like that guy. He's got a lot of motor, right? He's real quick off the line.
Yeah.
He's real quick off the line. And then again, if you say you pair up a Quentin Williams with a Mo Hurst inside, you got all that pressure coming on inside, and then you got a Key and a Brian Burns on the edges.
I'm not mad.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. He's long, he's rangy. The tape
That's
that
a
I've
good
seen on
pick.
that, I like him. I like how he comes off the edge. You said he doesn't have a whole lot of bend. But you know what? There's a lot of guys that get the job done without a whole lot of bend.
Sure
dog.
do.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack, exactly. Right? Exactly.
Brian Burns is long
Brian Burns,
and he's strong,
he is.
but is he down to get the friction on?
I'm long and I'm strong and I'm down to get the friction on. So, ladies,
So I like that. So you got Williams, you got Hawkinson, and or
Greedy Williams, if he falls that low. I don't know that he does, right? That's wishful thinking.
and Brian Burns.
And Brian Burns. But you know what? The other thing is I feel like there's gonna be a lot of guys. There's gonna still be some guys that you'll take in the second round that might pan out to be better than some of the guys that go in the first as edge rushers. There's some guys from smaller schools, and we'll get into that, when we talk about the second round.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'm gonna go with that. And another thing I know that I mentioned in the past is taking offensive tackle. I think there's some guys, especially if you watch the Senior Bowl, there's some guys at OT that you can take later on in this draft that might pan out to be better than the guys that actually get drafted in the first round.
All right.
But let me just touch on what you just said. Offensive tackle, I think if we draft a lineman, it's going to be a guard.
Okay.
And like you said, we'll talk on. I got some notes here on some guys that I like.
Yeah.
That that might drop. We may reach at 27 like we Colton Miller. We might reach and take a guard at 27 that might be there at 36.
Right.
So and I got some guys in mind. So we'll touch on that. But I think we go guard. The Colecchio Simile situation is sketchy right now. So you don't know what's going to happen, and even so, it's time to take one in the draft.
It is, especially
We definitely need somebody to back to be a backup for
Yeah.
sure,
That's
right?
better than
Somebody
Mongo.
to grow behind Gabe Jackson and KO. From what I've seen, KO looks motivated. He looks like he wants to come back and do big things.
Yeah.
And hopefully he returns to form, because we already know if that of those veterans that are on our line return to form, man, they're top 1-2 offensive lines in the league,
And
right?
the only guy you got backing up KO right now is Feliciano, who could very well also disappear. There's no depth on that interior
There you go.
offensive
There
line.
you go.
So,
Right, so it's definitely time to draft a guard, and maybe even two.
yeah, and there's some tackles coming out in this draft that might even get moved inside the guard. So that wouldn't be a bad pick. Pick up one of those guys, and possibly they can go either direction or provide depth for you at the bookend while they're playing interior. If you need to move some pieces around during the season. My three picks, not all defense. In fact, it's offense heavy. With that first pick, I'm definitely going defense. I'm going Farrell from Clemson, Clellan out of Clemson defensive end. Bringing a vet to spell key, and bringing Farrell to basically get tutored under a vet defensive end.
Both of them, right? Both of them
I also
get
think we
tutored.
should bring in. Down at 24, you kind of already touched on it, Che. If he's there, get TJ Hawkinson. If he's there, I know a lot of people saying he's not going to be there, but there's a lot of talent at the top of this draft that could push picks down. You might be surprised at who falls. We were last year. Just go look at San Diego. Look who they got late, right? Look at who they got late. You're shocked. People are mad that we passed.
Yeah.
So I'm still mad about that.
Still mad. So it could happen. And with my third pick, number 27, I'm going to go tackle. I'm going to reach a little bit there. I'm going to get Jonah Williams out of Alabama. I'm not sold on Brandon Parker. I think Miller, like Dwayne said earlier, I think Miller shows that he can become a starting tackle in the NFL and produce. Brandon Parker, I'm not so sure about. So I get Jonah Williams right there. Cut bait on Parker as a starter. Groom him. Plug him in as depth. But get Jonah in there as a day one starter. Played left tackle at Alabama. He's training at right tackle in the NFL. Got a reputation for being a smart blocker. That's the thing on this guy. His reputation as being a cerebral player and having a line already that's got some smarts there. You got Rodney Hudson, smartest guy in the NFL, they say. You got KO. You got Gabe Jackson that plays with a good head on his shoulders. And you got Colton Miller who's learning, and he's learning fast. So plug in a guy like Jonah Williams, get a lot of brains on that offensive line. I think that can help us out, especially in a system as complex as John Gruden's. Derek Carr's proficiency is changing up plays at the line. We'll see more and more of that as we move forward. We need a guy that can handle all those changes at the line. And I think Jonah Williams could be that dude. Yeah. Now, I'm not locked into these picks, and none of us here on this panel are locked into any of these picks. There's a lot of talent I get in the first and second round. If it doesn't shake out this way, it doesn't mean I'm going to be mad at it. There's a lot of talent we could walk away with. But I like Jonah Williams' strength, the athleticism, and the flexibility that's coveted in Tom Cable's zone system. You got to be able to move on your feet and think on your feet, and I like Williams in that position. So that's
we could easily give you 3 more picks.
Yeah.
Each of us could pick 3 more players to go in the first round.
Great point.
And the thing is, the reason why we decided to say that if this is if the Raiders they stand packed, right? If they keep 4, 24, and 27, there's a lot of shit that can happen. The Raiders can trade back, but the Raiders ain't the only team that could trade back. There's other teams that could trade back, right? You got San Francisco. They might not want to fucking take number 2, right? They might trade back. And if one of those teams jumps ahead of us, say a Jacksonville, a New York, they're probably going to be looking for a quarterback.
Miami.
And that fucking shakes up the entire draft, right? So if that happens, you're looking at a completely new set of fucking players that you might be taking, because the whole front of the draft is different than you expected it to be.
One trade can change the whole complexity of the first
That's
6,
right.
7 picks.
That's right.
If, say for instance, the Giants trade up with the Raiders, or Jacksonville trades up, or we trade back, or if the Niners trade out, somebody said the Niners might trade out of the number 2 pick. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
So like you said, we're not stuck on these 3 picks. I can give you 3 more picks right now.
There you go.
Ask me again next week. It could all change.
And free agency is gonna fuck shit up too, right?
Yeah, it is. And we'll revisit this discussion after free agency. We'll probably get into the second round next week. But free agency is looming, March 10th, I believe it is. So big things are going to start happening out there in the NFL. Just keep watching. That's the future. Let's talk a little bit about the past. Last week, we had you guys call in with your all-time wide receiver grouping, and we gave you guys ours. Now it's time to shift gears. We're going to go all-time Raiders secondary.
There you go.
It's a good conversation to have right now. So I'm going to defer to the elder statesman of the crew, the guy that's been around to see them all play, and that's Raider Kane. Who's your all-time Raider secondary? I need a CB1, a CB2, a CB3, and both safeties.
My CB1 is Lester Hayes. My CB2 is Mike Haynes. Let me scratch that. My CB1 is Charles Woodson.
Okay.
My CB2 is Lester Hayes, and my CB3 is Mike Haynes.
Yeah, nice. And who do you got at the safety spot?
Van McElroy and Jack Tatum.
Yeah. Two big hitters back there.
Yeah.
Devastating.
Talk to us about Van McElroy, because we were discussing this off air. What is it about Van McElroy that made you put him there?
He was a big hitting safety.
Yeah.
Speed. One of Al Davis guy.
There you go.
Fast, big guy, big hitter. You know, he wasn't no superstar, but he was somebody you knew that was back there.
Right.
You know, and
He stood out on
I
the
enjoyed
field,
watching. He
right?
stood out on the field. You knew he was back there. He was an LA Raider. Somebody you should know about if you watched the LA Raiders.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
Since we're going in order of age, I'll go next.
There you go.
There
you go.
I got
I'm
Charles.
the young one.
You're the young buck.
I'm the young buck.
Young blood. CB1, I got C. Wood as well. CB2, I'm going to put Willie Brown in there. And CB3, I'm putting Lester Hayes in the middle, just based on height. He's the shorter out of the two by 1 inch. But you know what? Shuffle the deck, put any of those guys anywhere. I'm going to be happy.
Yep.
And at the safety spot, I got my big hitter, Jack Tatum, back there. And in the other safety position, I got your boy, George Atkinson.
There you go.
Why? Interceptions don't lie.
Why?
I got a ball hawk.
Why?
And I got a hitter.
Yeah.
Hitters.
There you go. Hitters.
Chase, time for you to
Get
get
some
up
of
in
them hitters.
Hitters.
Dog. Well, listen, I'm going to sound like a fucking copycat right now because me and fucking Kenny got basically the same guys, okay?
There's not a lot to choose from.
But I was just thinking about it right now. Honestly, you could fucking put Charles Woodson at fucking safety also.
you could do that.
You could
technically.
definitely do
You know
that.
what I mean?
Yeah.
You
definitely
could.
do that.
You
Best
could.
safety I've seen since Charles Woodson.
So, but obviously, I think anybody that's seen football for the last 10, 20 years is gonna have Charles Woodson as their number one corner, right?
Yeah.
He's our guy, man. He's our guy. So Charles Woodson's my CB1. I also have Willie Brown. I have him at number 2, and I also have Lester Hayes at 3.
Okay.
Okay. Sticking for days, right? Lester Hayes.
Sticking for days.
I mean,
Lester Hayes.
hey, changed rules, dog. They changed rules for that dude.
Hey, if
You
Lester
know?
Hayes ain't on your list, it's something wrong.
Yeah, they changed rules for that dude. And he had to change uniforms every fucking week. They had to buy him a new uniform. And then I have Jack Tatum. I mean, who doesn't have fucking Jack Tatum on their list, dog?
Thank you.
Come on, dog.
Mr. Quick hits himself.
Bro, how many fucking, you see T-shirts, you see videos. If somebody fucking dying on the floor, is probably Jack Tatum to hit him, right?
Damn.
And then George Atkinson, I got to go with George Atkinson too, man. I got to go with George Atkinson. You have the other big hitter. I say, you know what? You get one big hitter, you get one fucking, ball hawk.
Yeah, that's
You know?
sweet. That's sweet and sour.
Yeah.
Sweet and sour.
There you go. That's a good.
I was going to make a fucking joke, though. I was going to come out the box and say fucking Reggie. No.
Don't do that.
Out of here.
Don't do that.
Nah, I'm fucking playing. You already know how much we trash on it, man.
Yeah. But that's our all-time secondary group. We're going to go to the calls here in a minute and hear what your secondary group sounds like. But before that, really quick, just a quick I see you.
I see you.
We just talked about our all-time crew, but just before that, we talked about the draft. And we asked you guys in the week with a poll on Twitter. We said the Raiders are likely going to go offensive with at least one of these 3 picks in the first round. We wanted to know which position group you thought the Raiders were going to pick. QB, wide receiver, tight end, or offensive line. By unanimous decision, it was wide receiver. And neither one of us picked a wide receiver with our first-round picks.
No.
So, and I just want to qualify that and say the reason why is you look at this wide receiver class, there is talent there. But a lot of these guys, I feel, are trending towards the bottom of the first round, in the second round, in the third round, there's still talent. And even in the fourth round of this draft, you can get yourself a wide receiver. So I think the Raiders pick up maybe 2 wide receivers. I don't think they come in the first round. I think you'll see him maybe in the second,
Third.
and then third.
Yeah.
Maybe even later on, you pick up that project guy in the fifth or the sixth.
Absolutely.
And I think that's how it's going to shake out. But anything can change.
Anything can happen.
Everybody's wrong. And by the way, Watts Raider said I got lucky with the Carl Joseph pick. No, I felt it in my bones. I knew he was
You
a
did.
reach at that number, but looking at his tape, watching the way he hit, knowing that we needed a safety, for me, I didn't throw a dart at the board. I just knew it was going to be Carl Joseph. I was actually not going to lie, Watts. I was shocked when they took him there because he was a reach at that spot, but he's our guy now.
Yeah.
KJ.
Yep.
42.
That's right.
Make it happen. Let's go to these calls and
Oh shit!
see what's cooking. What's that?
That Ronnie Lott. You could have said Ronnie Lott too.
You could have said Ronnie.
He didn't play very long for the Raiders
Yeah,
though.
he didn't
But-
wait there long enough.
But as far as one of the best safeties, right?
Yeah.
that's like you
based
can't
on that
say-
premise, right?
You can't say Jerry Rice when you say one of the best
That's
Raider
true.
receivers.
That's true.
I mean,
that's
you
true.
know,
That's true. And that's why we left him off of our list.
yeah.
From last week, we had that conversation. So it's the same thing applies to a lot there. We got a lot of calls right now. I'm looking at a big list of calls. So let's get into these calls, guys. Let's hear what our pillagers have to say.
Yeah.
What's up, fellas? Raider Izzy, first time caller.
Welcome to the show, Raider Izzy.
Been listening to you guys since you guys came out. Really appreciate it. Awesome show. Thinking about the draft, like everybody's saying, everybody's kind of thinking about it, but I wanted to throw this out there, a little thought here. Jacksonville's going to be wanting to potentially skip the Giants for the QBs coming out in this draft. What do you do if Jacksonville says, you take our spot? I think they're at 7. No, they're at 9. My bad. They're at 9. You take our 9, we take your 4, and we give you Jalen Ramsey. What are your thoughts on that? Like I said,
Let me pause that right there because that's an interesting trade.
You take our
Give me
9,
Leonard Fournette.
we take your 4, and you get Jalen Ramsey.
Kane wants Fournette.
Give me Fournette.
You want Fournette?
Long-term solution at running back.
I don't know, man.
Another first round pick.
I don't know about that because his first 2 seasons he's been injured.
He's been hurt. Hurt.
And that was his shit coming out of college too, right?
Yeah.
At LSU, he was injured a lot in college.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Jalen Ramsey, I haven't heard of him being an injury prone player.
Yeah.
And we're talking about getting a bookend corner.
Yeah. What about this? Just to kind of tease this out of you, Kane. Leonard Fournette injury history. What if we trade first round picks? You get Fournette, get a third round pick. Would you take that, Shay? Get a third.
A first and a third. I don't. And Fournette.
Yes.
Okay. Shit.
So we swapping
Shit.
picks and Fournette.
Yeah.
You
That's a
get
slam dunk.
You swap 9 for 4. You get Fournette and a third.
How bad do they want it?
How do you want it?
But
How does?
Hey, I honestly think Jacksonville is like, look, sometimes a player can get a fresh start,
Yeah.
a fresh scenery
You're
can
right.
help even with injuries.
You're right. You're right.
Rekindle a person's career. And I think Jacksonville is at the point where they're saying, you've given us 2 injury riddled seasons, and we can trade you.
okay.
Okay. Now, that honestly that would be fucking hard to turn down. What you're talking about,
Yeah.
swapping first, Fournette, a former number 1 draft pick, right? Or former first round draft pick, and a fucking third rounder. That's gonna be difficult to pass. That would
You
be
winning
difficult to
every
pass
day.
him, though.
But to address your question, the way it's poised, I would trade out of that 4 spot. I think again, there's a lot of talent you can get right there at 9, and kind of put you in a better spot to not have to reach for somebody. I'd take Jalen Ramsey. I'd take that trade, Raider Izzy. I would. Let's hear the rest of your call.
awesome show. Love the free agency stuff. Got a question though. You guys keep mentioning and Dominican Is there a joke here I'm missing, or what's going on? I'm hoping I'm missing a joke there. It's I don't want to sign the guy either, but like, come on, man, it's Sue. Come on, fellas. But yeah, like I said, awesome show. Really appreciate it. Give me your thoughts though. Thought Ramsey could really kind of shore up our cornerback situation. Do have a little bit of money to spend. He is looking for a contract, but again, kind of just a thought here. All right, talk to you guys soon. Keep it up. Later.
Yeah, great call, Raider Izzy. Make sure you call back. You got a nice voice for radio.
Yeah. Hey, and by the way, if fucking announcers are gonna fuck up our players' names, then we're gonna fuck up other people's fucking players too, man. We're gonna fuck up their names too.
And I'm doing it on purpose.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because sup rhymes with duh. Sup, dude.
And real quick, I don't think the Raiders are looking to pay anybody any kind of big money right now.
No.
So if Jalen Ramsey is coming here looking for a big contract,
it's probably not
there'll
gonna
be a
happen,
hard pass on that.
Let's see what's next here from the 760.
What up, pillagers? It's WAP. Got an interesting day in the desert. It's 44 degrees in the fucking desert. Who the fuck? What the hell? Ain't no global warming going on over here. It's the reverse. Fucking snow on the ground. I ain't seen snow out here in over 30 some odd years. There's fucking snow in the desert. I don't know what's going on. So. But on to some Raider news. You know, hot take here. I don't want Le'Veon Bell on the team. I think that's a heavy price tag to pay for someone that sit on his ass for a fucking year. I don't want to see them do that. If Lynch wants to come back, take him. If he don't, try to see if you can get C.J. Anderson or another running back. I just don't want a fancy name on that. I just don't think it's going to pan out. And as far as Antonio Brown, hey, that would be nice, but I would be happier with Odell Beckham. I know most people go like, oh, no, that's crazy. I'd rather have a younger guy. How many 30-year-olds do we need to put on this fucking team? I mean, I'm 30-some years old, almost 40, and I think it would be nice to have some younger guys. I honestly would like that.
OBJ all the way.
It would
Nice
be
choice.
Nice. They could get some, you know, maybe not such big names like Landon Collins. You know, you still have that ha-ha Clinton Dix. There's some guys out there. It may not be like the best-selling name on a jersey guy, but there's some players out there that we could definitely snatch up, and it's not going to pay. We won't have to pay out the yin-yang just to fucking keep them on the team. I'd rather see that. I don't want to see them. I mean, if they do, cool. I'm all for it. I'm on this hype train. But Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown, that's a little steep for me. You know, I don't think so. I'd rather not happen. I don't want to see that. That's my opinion. Whatever. I hope you guys have a good one. Try to stay warm. We're cold wherever the fuck you guys are at. Wop, I'm just kind of trying to survive out here. Big desert, fucking snow. I don't know what the hell's going on. What's going to happen. I just hope the Raiders can win the Super Bowl.
I think we lost him there at the end. I think the storm got him. Yeah, Odell. I mean, out of AB and Odell, OBJ, I definitely take OBJ, but I'm not going to pay him what he wants. I don't see that happening.
OBJ?
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, I just said I don't think the Raiders are ready to pay anybody any big money. But if we was going to pay somebody some big money, OBJ is the guy to pay some big money. He already got a big contract with the Giants at $16 million a year.
Yeah.
Deal. So, you know, I think he's worth that.
Right.
I think he would work well with Carr. I think he would come here, and I think he would be a quiet. He would help the younger guys. He basically groomed Sterling Shepard. Sterling Shepard is good right now.
Yeah.
You know, so with all the talk about what he does and how he whines and everything and that, he's a solid receiver. Solid guy. I
feel like he's quieted down some since his second year in the league.
He started getting a lot of flack for that, right? Like a lot of the shit that he was doing you know, he's coming off the field, whining and all that shit. He's starting to feel that, you know, there's a lot of pressure on him. I think he's kind of cleaned it up a little bit.
What is he, 26 now?
I thought it was like 27, 28.
Okay. Yeah, if I had to pick between the two, if you had a gun in my head, I'll take OBJ just based on age. Next call is coming from the 816.
What's up, pillagers?
Yo.
It's your boy, Gent.
Yeah.
That's right.
First, I want to start with the good news. Happy birthday, Belinda Call.
Yeah, Freddie B.
He's a great receiver for us. Now to the bad news. I hate being the bearer of bad news, but I'm only telling y'all this because I look at Nose as family. And through that, the Pillaging Podcast is an extended family. So if I would be remiss
When he says no, see, he means me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just trying to clear it up.
Yes, if I didn't say something. On the 19th of February, I lost my father. He was one of the greatest Raider fans ever.
Sorry to hear that, bro.
If it wasn't for him selling peanuts in the Raiders stand, in the Raiders stadium on the side, it wasn't like selling peanuts was his full-time job. He worked for a motor company in Milpitas at the time, but he sold peanuts to stadium so my mom and my big brother and I could get reduced prices on tickets to go
There you go.
see the Raiders and stuff like that. You know, this is what makes dads great, when they sacrifice their own time,
Absolutely.
you know, to make their children happy. So, especially if your dad's a Raider fan, but even if he ain't, when y'all go home, you know, the next time you see him, hug him and let him know how much you appreciate him, because tomorrow ain't promised to nobody. I love all y'all. All right, then, go.
Touch and call. First off,
Yeah, man.
let's give a moment of silence to Jent's dad.
Absolutely.
Those of you out there in Raider Nation, you know, we ask a lot of people that come on the show how they became a Raider fan, and almost every single story started with their fathers. You know, teaching them how to be a Raider fan, teaching them about the Raiders, the history of the Raiders, and just showing them the game. And I know Gent, I know his fandom, I know about his brother's fandom, and I know that was all farmed and raised by his father, an incredible person, a guy sacrificing his Sundays to do an extra job just to get his family into the game, to get himself into the game. That's number one. That's incredible fatherhood. Number two, that's excellent fanhood. And
Amen.
You couldn't think of a better example to represent Raider Nation.
Amen.
What it means to be a Raider. And Gent's a really, really close friend of mine. We go way, way back together. And so my respects to you and your family, Gent. I appreciate you calling in and sharing that with our family on the show. And my heart goes out to you, brother. You know I'm right here, a phone call away. We do talk on the phone. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate everything that you've done for me and for us. And appreciate your father, too. So much respect. May he rest in peace. And go Raiders to him.
Prayers go up, blessings come down, Gent.
There you go, man.
There it is.
Yeah.
Hard to move on from that, but you know, we will, because I know well, I won't say his last name, but I know Mr. would appreciate hearing from the rest of Raider Nation. So again, Gent, much respects to you, and thanks for calling in.
Yeah.
It's from the 831. You know who it is.
Yeah, boy.
What up, Kenny? What up, Che? It's your boy, Bobby Wasabi.
Damn right.
So, to answer your question, best all-time secondary, I mean, it's two words, bro. Soul Patrol. I mean, talk about guys getting cracked. Can't do that no more, man. I mean, shit, not with these snowflakes, dude. I mean, cats would be complaining.
You could do it in the AAF.
Oh, no shit, right?
You can do it there.
They're laying some hits.
You're talking about hits that were damn near illegal. Well, illegal nowadays, at least, but damn near illegal back in that day. I mean, people was scared of the Soul Patrol.
Was it our Modell that tried to sue the Oakland Raiders?
Art Modell and Lynn Swan.
Yep.
Fuck those guys.
So that's my all-time secondary right there with a little honorable mention to Mr. Nnamdi Asomugha.
Oh, there you
cool
go.
cat right there.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Let's
he
see.
wasn't a
Another thing as well that I wanted to bring.
He was what?
Obviously, he didn't watch Lester Hayes or Mike Haynes play.
It's a young buck, man.
Yeah, these
Obviously young buck.
youngsters, man, they killing me.
Hey, he mentioned the Soul
He
Patrol.
said Soul Patrol, though, dog. You got to give him
said-
that one, though.
Yeah, he did say Soul Patrol. Did he
Ask
not? He
you
didn't say
guys
Woodson.
is what is going on with the running back situation. I mean, seriously, what the F, bro? Like, first, you're hearing about Chris Warren III clocking in at 270.
The third, as we'll call him from now on the show, the third. You know, don't trip out on that. Chris Warren's bulking up to cut down in the offseason. I don't think this should be an alarming thing. Le'Veon Bell's bulked up too. Of course, he was off, but I think this is Warren bulking up, you know, to cut down Add some muscle. Don't be too worried about that.
And the third stands for the third taco truck you ran through. Facts.
Yes, sir.
Now you got Bell supposedly, weighing something like 300. Well, not really 300 pounds. It's like 260, but 260, 300. It's a slippery slope, man. I mean, what's gonna happen? I mean, like who's gonna be next? CJ Anderson. I mean, it's gonna be like a TMZ thing, like This just in. CJ Anderson was seen at the local Tacos Amequa, looking like William Perry. #Choriqueso. Seriously, man, these guys are getting savage, man, with the food. But hey, whatever, man. They athletes, man. Hopefully it's muscle,
There you go.
One last thing I wanted to bring up was the PJ4F app again. I mean, I'm gonna bring it up again and again because it's damn hilarious. Dude, just seeing the nostalgia and hearing some of the stories that you got, Kenny. I mean, damn, dude, that Monterey story where you just kind of entered the vehicle mid-sesh and just was like, hey, what's shaking? It's Kenny Stapler right here.
So what Bobby's talking about is he recently downloaded the Pillaging app. Make sure you download the app for iOS or Android. Yep. It's got all of our shows on there. What Bobby did is he went back to episode number 1. He's been listening his way up the ranks and catching a lot of the older stories. So there was a time, I'll reset this real quick. There was a time I was meeting up with some friends in Monterey, and I could have sworn that they had just pulled up. Dude driving the car looked just like my homeboy Step.
Right.
I remember this.
So I just jumped up in the vehicle. And I was like, what's up, guys? When I looked up, I realized I have no fucking clue who these two people are. And they had no idea who I was. And we sparked up the session.
There you go.
Real proper.
There you go.
Real quick. We didn't miss a beat. And you know what? I made 2 friends that day.
Goddamn right.
Pick up the fire. Damn.
Yeah,
I mean,
that.
dude, that's some balls right there, dude. That's sticking the landing right there and just going through, dude. That was awesome right there. All right, fellas, I'm going to get up out of here. I'm going to go finish trimming. Peace.
Peace out, Bobby.
Peace out, Bob.
And make sure you tune into the Crow's Nest podcast for more stories just like that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
A little deeper. A little deeper than that.
Damn, I remember that.
Kenny
I
J.
remember that.
You remember that?
Yes, I do.
But definitely go check out the old episodes, man. Listen how the show's grown. There's some good stuff in there, some good guests. And yes, we're working on some more guests here for the off season.
Kenny Che, what's up, Pillagers? This is Pete.
What's up, Pete?
How's it going? I got a little ranting to do this week, man.
Yeah,
unrelated
Pete.
to complete greater topics. So as I've said before, I live in the Pacific Northwest, all right? And due to a recent family tragedy, I've had family from Monterey, from San Jose, from El Cajon, come stay at my house, drink all my chelas, smoke my herb, and let's talk about, oh, man, the Chargers almost did it this year. Oh, wow, I can't wait to see what the 49ers do in the draft.
fucking just shut up.
My anxiety is real high right now listening to the story.
I feel. First of all, let's just say we all feel for you, Pete. We all feel for you with that shit, man.
So you in charge of terror? He said El Cajon. He in charge of terror.
No, he's talking about the people that came to visit him. He's in the Northwest. Okay, so he's up in the Northwest, and his family is dispersed throughout Monterey.
Oh, okay.
And fucking El Cajon. And I used to live right next to El Cajon. That's in San Diego, for those of you that don't know. I used to live right next to El Cajon. So, yeah, they're going to come over and they're going to say some stupid shit like that. Chargers. They're not even in fucking San Diego no more. What are you talking about? The Chargers, man.
Tell them to get a goddamn hotel, Pete.
Get out, man.
Shut up and be sad, man. Get out of here. Being a Raiders fan is a year-long ordeal. I'll tell you that. Anyways, fellas, with the mock draft stuff out right now, I'm dying on my shield. I'm going out on my shield saying that we need to draft in doubles for those first 4 picks. And last week we talked about tight end. I'm of the opinion we need 2 wide receivers in the first round. I'm of the opinion we either need 2 linebackers or we need 2 defensive ends. And another thing, people are asking, oh, should we spend the money on C.J. Mosley instead of an edge rusher? You're goddamn right we should spend the money on C.J. Mosley. We need a linebacker more than we can breathe, man. Come on now. Anyways, hope it's good. Happy Sunday. Peace.
Yeah. Peace out, Pete.
Yeah. Solid call. Great
that was
call.
Solid, dog. Solid.
435 right here. 435. What's up?
Kenny, Che, Raider Roo. So my
yeah, what up, Roo?
Cornerback 1, I'm going to go with Willie Brown. 2, Mike Haynes. 3, Lester Hayes. Then my safeties, maybe I'm cheating a little bit, but that's okay. I'm a Raider. You ain't cheating. You ain't trying. I'm going to be interchangeable.
Hold on a second. Raider Rule, our reigning trivia champion.
Yeah.
Just said if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
You ain't trying.
That's an old adage.
I'm going to be testing for performance-enhancing drugs. Raider Rule will be sending a cut to your house this week. By the way, while we're in the middle of this call, give it up to Raider Rule. He's not only the trivia champion, a tailgate MVP, but also last week's winner of the hashtag challenge.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
And getting a shirt that Felonious.
That Felonious fan shirt from DC 40 Custom Tees. Go there. Buy yourself one.
That's right.
Or come on here, maybe win one someday.
There you go.
As not so much free safety, strong safety, but that's where I'm going to get Charles Woodson in along with Jack Tatum. Also want to give a little shout-out, honorable mention to Terry McDaniel at cornerback.
Okay.
I know you said 3, but he's just my honorable mention because he was my first favorite cornerback for the Raiders. I started watching the team in 1988. He was part of that 1988 draft class. He was my first favorite one. I always enjoyed watching him play, but I couldn't leave off the others for him. So I know Charles Woodson played cornerback also, but he played safety for us at the end. That's why I included him there. I hope that works, and if not, it works for me. All right, guys, thanks. Go Raiders.
That's all that matters, Rue, as long as it makes you happy.
That's it, man. Hey, no, Terry McDaniel for sure though. You gotta include
he was one
him,
of
man.
the best.
You gotta include Terry McDaniel, man.
You can easily there's a really good group of cornerbacks that's played for the Raiders.
Yeah.
That you can skip Thomas. I mean,
Yeah.
you can go a lot of ways, you know. Al Davis was big on corners.
Let's call him Dr. Death. Let's take his name back because
please.
There's a certain former fan, now super troll on Twitter, still using Dr. Death's name, still with Raiders gear in his avatar, talking mad shit about this team. Take that shit down. Change your goddamn clothes, Ray.
Yeah,
it's an embarrassment. We had you on the show when we first got started, and 10 minutes after you got off the air, you started acting like a goddamn fool. Sorry, got to revoke your Raiders card. Take it down. Ain't nobody authorized that. Give it back. Take this man out of the Fan Hall of Fame, too. That's my 2 cents. Let's go to the 808. We got Sean, also a member of the CMPN, coming with his own segment on the show shortly. By the way.
Yeah, boy.
So, Sean, let's see what he had to say.
Hey, how's it? What's up, Kenny, Shay, Kane, everybody on the show tonight? I'm excited to tune in live on YouTube. It's your boy Sean out here on Oahu. I just realized I already left you a voicemail and I didn't even have a question, but I'm excited for the show. I just wanted to call back something I was discussing today, and I've kind of about wide receiver Jordy Nelson. They did give him kind of that recoup money, which is a sign that he'll be back. A lot of people kind of chit-chat about, I kind of say it's good to have a veteran leadership and the mentorship that he provides to the team. He knows the system. He knows Gruden's in and outs, and he'll be able to help all the new guys because we're obviously might have 4 or 5 brand new faces in the wide receiver group next year. So he'd be an important piece there to help do that. So I kind of would like you guys to address that. What are your thoughts on Jordy Nelson? And also on the backside of that,
I'll pause that really quick because we have some thoughts on Jordy. Here's my thing. Jordy's going to be here for 1 more year. Is he going to change this offense? No, he didn't do it last year, but I think he's got sure hands. He can get you some possession catches. He'll get you some first downs. But looking at Jordy's face and reading his body language since he got here, I just don't think the dude ever wanted to be here. I think he got deflated when he got let go from Green Bay. I think that's where he wanted to be. I think he wanted to finish his career there, and he just does not look happy to be a Raider ever. Does that mean he doesn't have a rapport with Carr? No, it doesn't mean that. I'm sure he does. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I'm sure he's willing to tutor some people, but I'm not real big on Jordy Nelson. I'm not going to go out and buy his jersey. I'm not going to reflect on Jordy Nelson's years with the Raiders. He's a stopgap. He's a filler piece at this point at best. His lack of productivity last year could be pointed out a lot of things. It goes back to that offensive line. Everybody suffered. Jalen Richard got to eat because he was the dump off. He was a safety valve. But I'm getting away from the topic. Jordy Nelson doesn't really light my fire. He's there for now. He won't be there for long. I don't think he wants to be here. Kane, how do you feel about that? Am I on point?
You right on point. Let me just add, I don't want to see Jordy Nelson here for another year. I think that was a 1-year experiment and it went bad. It did not end up well. he didn't play well. He was injured for most of the year, and then learning the offense for the rest of it. And at this age, him trying to learn a new offense, like you said, not being happy because he left Green Bay, butthurt about that, and then having to come here and he's in an intricate system that's hard, and you're losing, and you don't plan on winning again. And again, he's a veteran, he can go to New England and play with Tom Brady in his mind and get a Super Bowl ring.
Right.
So I'm ready to go with the young guys or sign a free agent,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm with that.
Good point, man.
Let's hear what else Sean has to say here.
A lot of people don't understand. Jordy Nelson led the wide receiver corps in receiving yards with 749. The next closest wide receiver didn't even break 500. So a lot of those other yards obviously went to Jared Cook, Jalen Richard. But of the wide receiver group, Jordy was the most productive, and he missed a game and a half. And yeah, he's getting up there in age, but I'm just trying to fight for the guy. I think he's a good leader on the team. I think he's going to be very important for Carr in year 2 to have somebody he can count on. And I'm not really talking about his productivity next year going drastically up or down, but just kind of curious on your guys' thoughts on Jordan Nelson going into 2019, the last year of his contract. All right, y'all have a great show. Peace.
Yeah.
I would just say, you guys already, spoke on it, but I wouldn't be mad at seeing Jordy come back as a number 2 receiver, right? You have a veteran who's still in there to coach up. If you draft a receiver, you have a veteran there to coach up this rookie coming in, right? Show him how to be a pro, right? If you're bringing in another vet, but that's a little bit younger, if an OBJ or an Antonio Brown, which none of us think is going to happen, I think he wouldn't be bad as a number 2 guy.
What
right?
about
a second option?
Or what about even like Golden Tate coming in here?
I mean, Golden Tate would be okay, but I mean, he's been injury prone.
Yes,
very injury prone the last few seasons, last couple seasons. I mean, when he's on the field, he could be outright stud, right?
Yeah.
But that's the problem when he's on the field. How often is he on the field? It's the same thing with a Deshaun, Jackson. Yeah, exactly. Deshaun Jackson, when he goes to Tampa Bay, he's supposed to be number 2 guy, and he's out half the season too because he's missing games, he's injured. All those guys, they can be very explosive, very productive, but the question is, are they going to be there all the time? And you need somebody that's going to be on the field at all times, man. If you're going to have him at number 2, you want him on the field every game.
Yeah.
I feel like anybody that you bring in like that, you don't need Jordy Nelson.
If you do, right?
Because now you eating up 2 roster spots that you could have young developing guys that's actually can take the top off of defense.
Yeah.
I mean, or make some plays with their feet, some speed. You know.
But that's what we're talking about. How free agency can totally dismantle the draft, right?
Mm-hmm.
The draft can be set up to go a certain way right now. Maybe there is fucking 2 wide receivers going like, who was the caller that said that I want to see doubles in the first round, double wide receivers, double defensive ends or whatever. If you take a wide receiver, a highly touted and probably going to get a lot of money in the free agency wide receiver, you're probably not going to draft a wide receiver.
Yeah,
I don't know that you draft a wide receiver, or you draft him really, really late.
Yeah.
Then he's a project guy. You don't expect him to be your number 1, number 2, or even your number 3 guy.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna see if he can steal the 4th spot and actually be on the field on Sundays, right? And not just stuck on the practice squad.
But when you look at the, if I'm John Gruden and I'm looking at my wide receiver core, I say I don't have nobody.
Right.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't have anybody.
Well, he's big on Seth. He's big on Seth. He's really big on Seth for all the intangibles, right? Not necessarily because he's the greatest receiver on the team.
Because he works.
But he's a worker, right?
He works.
He's a worker.
He's big on Seth where Seth's at right now. Seth ain't ever moving up from that third
not at
spot.
all.
He's never going to be a
Not at
number 2. And to your point, Kane, just to kind of back you up, John Gruden said it himself. This is a team that's in transition. So why take up a number 1 and a number 2 spot with veterans when you can get somebody in there to develop during this transition phase?
It's true. Exactly. So my point is, okay, you cannot have a free agent and Jordy Nelson. You either going to have one or the other. So in my opinion, like I said earlier, go with the free agent or the trade for OBJ or something like that.
And what can you guys remind me what Jordy's contract was when he signed with the Raiders? Is it 2 years?
2-year deal, yeah.
So would we be eating money if we let him go?
I'd have to look that up.
I believe like 7-8 million.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Sounds about right. So next call is from the 831. It's Bobby Wasabi chiming back in tonight. Let's hear what he had to say, though.
Yeah, Bobby.
What up, Kenny? What up, Trey? What up, Kane? I didn't know you was going to be in the house, brother, or else I would have mentioned it to you earlier. I also want to give you guys a very, very big thank you from the bottom of my heart for your guys' support, appreciation, love, everything, man. It's awesome what you guys be doing.
You're
you
awesome.
Guys, the Ladies of Darkness, the whole Crow's Nest podcast crew, all them folks is awesome peoples. I love, like I said, the support and all the positive energy that came out from your guys' camp. One thing that we was gonna try to do is
real quick before I'm gonna cut him off right there. When we first met Bobby Wasabi, the dude could barely get a word out of his mouth. He was nervous. He seemed starstruck, and it was like, real quick, dude. We're just regular people.
Yeah, we're regular ass dudes, Bobby.
Why don't you go in the cooler, get yourself a beer, and calm the fuck down?
There you go.
And then we're going to come over and we're going to chill. And since then, Bobby's been a regular at a tailgate. He's been in my house.
Yep.
He took a shit in my bathroom. And now he's launching his own podcast. So when we say the Pillaging family, these pillagers are real family.
Fuck yeah.
It's real family.
That's right, man.
So we were going to try to call up as a wolf pack and try to give a what's up, but we couldn't get this conference call thing going because, our boy over from the north, he's Canadian, and I think the FBI was onto us already from our earlier conversation. But we were going to ask you guys a question as a group, but I believe I'll just use this dirty sack of socks right here. He'll be my Monster Mash can. And our question is, as far as Brandon Parker and Gabe Jackson bunking together, do you think it's like a stepbrothers thing? Do you think they stack the beds up on top of each other like bunk beds and make all that room for like dancing and sports and activities? I don't know. My boy Raider VC might call later on to ask you guys a question. All right. You guys take care. Thank you guys for all that you do. And then once again, thank you guys for the support.
That's a
Bobby
valid
Wasabi out.
That's a valid question, Bobby. I don't know how to answer it.
I think they're definitely jazzercising, and maybe they're pulling out the fucking the night vision goggles.
Possibly doing karate in the garage. But I got a question for you, Bobby. Do you like guacamole?
You know what they doing? They eat.
What's up?
Yeah, they're eating. Here, let's go to the 306. They eat big. They're barbecuing right now.
Yeah, boy.
What's up? It's Raider. Thank you, fellas, for all your support. It means a lot coming from the best in the biz, in my opinion. So cheers to you, Kenny. Cheers to you, Shay. And cheers to you, Kane. My question for you, the three of you guys tonight is, since Brandon Parker and Gabe Jackson have moved in together now, we're going to take a snippet from the Step Brothers movie. Who do y'all think would be Dragon, and who do y'all think would be Nighthawk? And do you guys think that they'll be doing Kung Fu together in the garage?
Absolutely.
So Raider VC, another member of the Wolfpack, came in. Same question as Bobby, phrased a little bit differently. But let's get right to the heart of that question. Who's Dragon, Che? And
well, listen, let's clarify. Dragon is John C. Reilly, okay? And Nighthawk is fucking Will Ferrell.
And who's moving into whose house?
And so your boy Nighthawk is moving into Dragon's house, okay?
Okay.
So
there's the answer.
There's the answer, right? If your boy Brandon Parker's moving in to fucking Gabe Jackson's house, Gabe Jackson's the motherfucking dragon.
He's Will Ferrell.
He's the last dragon, as a matter of fact. He's Bruce Leroy up in this bitch.
Yeah.
He's the last dragon, and your boy Brandon Parker is Nighthawk.
Well, if he's the last dragon, I need to see the glow this season. I need to see
when
that.
you got the glow.
Last caller here. It's from Parts Unknown. From Parts Unknown, it says.
Oh yeah,
it's a very short
it's
message.
The warrior. It must be the warrior.
Oh, it must be somebody talking shit.
Hey, I just wanted to say keep up the great work and just wanted to send a positive message. And also, I just wanted to say that the Raiders suck and that you're all niggers.
All right, that was a mixed message.
Did they say we all are niggers?
Okay.
Is that what she said?
What did it say?
Y'all all are niggers?
It says makers. I don't know. I wanted to say she said haters.
Oh, okay.
I thought it said haters too,
Yeah.
but then you
okay.
said that, and I was like, whoa, maybe.
So keep up the great work. The Raiders suck. We're all haters. I'll probably be up late trying to figure out what that means. But from parts
Wait,
unknown,
is that the first real hate call that we got? Because I mean, we got your boy, you know, who
Ice
we haven't
Cold
heard.
Honky.
Honky hasn't called in a while, by the way.
I don't know.
We got your boy Honky's call, but I mean, it's all love with Honky.
That's real hate.
That sounds like some real motherfucking hate. Man, wow.
Ray Perez, come get your bitch. Tell her to stay off my phone.
Hey, we got the FBI tapping our shit. Your shit is under surveillance right now, little girl.
Tell the fake Dr. Death to keep his woman off my phone.
That's what it is right there. He had one of his little soldiers.
Oh man, you try to hate on us right now on our show.
It's a big words from someone that don't even have a phone number. So I'll just leave that right there.
Yeah.
It's time to do our shout outs, guys. What do you think?
Shout outs.
Let's do some shout outs. First and foremost, shout out to Gent and his family. Again, respect to you and yours. Rest in peace to Papa Gent. Shout out to the rest of y'all, those of you that followed us this week on Twitter. Shout out to Julie Voigt. Shout out to Post Game Central Podcast. Shout out to Stephen Thompson, Ricky Romo. Big shout out to Wolfpack Nation 1. Shout out to Mr. Killjoy 756, Milt, Joe Tassoni, California Hernandez. Shout out to Raider Nation. I don't know how they got that handle at Raider Nation, but that's a hell of a handle. Shout out to Jesse Carlson. Shout out to Mary Edwards, Marissa Moreno, the Split Decision Podcast. Shout out to Hazard, Raiders 37, Derek Moya, Ronald 1582437, keeping that thread going.
There you go.
He's a big car hater, but he's keeping that thread going. And shout out to Chuck Jones. Thanks for following us, folkers. And special shout out once again to Mark Zamora. Your donations really help us stay on the air. That is no joke. Your donations do keep this podcast on the air. If you want to hear this podcast every week, I encourage you, please donate what you can, even if it's just $1 an episode, $4 a month. It ain't much. That's less than lunch. We appreciate it. You can donate in any of our social media profiles or our PayPal link that's featured on the pj4f.com website. Che, I see you got your phone queued up. You got some shout outs over there.
I'm ready to go, dog. Shout outs. Shout out IG shout outs this week. We're gonna shout out our boy Sean Grogan. He's at Sean Grogan 9. Okay. We're gonna shout out Oscar Henler Haru. It sounds like this.
Shout out to you not proofreading your shout outs before shouting out.
Bro. No, I did actually read this earlier, dog. But Haru from the Takaguro Dojo. Beverly Hills Ninja, dog. You remember that? Haru 8437, man. Shout out to you, man. You made me laugh because I just thought of fucking Chris Farley, man. Shout out Mad77 GM. Shout out Pofster Maximum. That's a mixture of letters that just doesn't read to me. Yogi's Podcast Network, WFL Gino, and actually two more. Raiders 90, and last but not least, Appetite.no.
Yeah. Real quick special shout out to Sean's kid, who I see right here is actually watching the stream live.
Oh man, we are ruining him right now, man. He's gonna have the worst language of all time.
Sean, keep your finger on that mute button. Keep it real close. And I haven't done this in a while, but I want to give a shout out to my lady. We've been getting to spend some really nice time together the last few weeks, and really appreciate the time we have. We're both super busy. It's going to be a while before I see her again after next weekend. We're both taking trips. We're going out of town. We're going out of state. She's going out of the country. And I miss you, lady. You really keep the wind in my sails, and appreciate all the support you've given us and the time you allow me to do this podcast, because our time's so precious. So
there you go.
That's a big sacrifice you're making, and I just want you to know I have a lot of fun doing this, but it feels like a sacrifice too, because I love you, hon. Shout out to you. Kane, you got any shout outs, man?
Do I got any shout outs? Shout out to my kids.
There you go.
There it is.
My son is playing baseball right now, first year of Little League. baseball. Went to his practice today.
Oh, cool.
Before I came here, yeah.
Real cool.
And so he's good, too.
What position is he playing?
Pitcher.
Oh, right on. Yeah.
Pitcher. His dad played baseball, you know. So
there you go.
It's in his DNA.
There you go.
You know, so I'm proud of him and my little daughter.
That's what's
you
up.
know, she's doing dance.
Yeah.
You know, so shout out to them. I love y'all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about right
That's what's
there.
up, man. That's what's up.
I'm
just gonna follow. I'm gonna follow along with y'all. I'm gonna shout out my lady too, my baby girl. My baby girl. She looks like a 3-year-old, but she's a year and a half.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and she's on it like a fucking 3-year-old too, man. She's smart. She tests you. I'll be the other day I was talking to her. I was like, yo, I was calling her by her name, and she was just repeat. I would say her name, and she would say, without turning around to look at me, she'd just say, Dad. I call her name again, Dad. And I'm like, oh, you're messing with me right now.
Yeah, she's playing with
You're
you.
messing with me right now. And then she turned around, and she gave me a little smirk. I was like, oh man, I'm in for this one. Yeah,
You teach her how to set the pick and roll yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. But you best believe, man, that girl. I think I have a feeling she's gonna be tall. So she's gonna know how to set a pick. She's gonna know how to shoot a fucking hook shot. That's for damn sure.
Kane, I played Little League when I was younger, and I played every position, primarily center field. I had the strongest arm on my team, and that gave my coach a great idea to try me out at pitcher. I said, no, I don't want to do it. He said, you're going to do it. I said, I don't want to do it. First of all, if somebody says I don't want to play pitcher, they're not cut out to play pitcher. That's a mental game.
Yeah.
They put me in there at pitcher. We had an 8-run lead going into the 7th inning.
Oh, man, you blew it.
How did you give up?
Oh, bro, I got in there. I hit the umpire. I hit the catcher. I hit the batter. I hit the batting coach. I hit the third base coach from the pitcher's mound. I don't even know how you do that. I hit the backstop. It was all bad. We lost that game. I walked off. I was defeated. But you know what? I never had to play pitcher again.
Yeah, goddamn right.
I went right back to center field, cranking out homers.
There you go.
And throwing dudes out at the home plate.
There you go.
Keep me in my comfort zone.
There you
God
go.
damn it.
Hey, man, there's a lot of pressure, man. Little League's a lot of pressure, dog.
It is. And
Not
I'm
everyone's
surprised
cut out to be a pitcher, dog.
I'm surprised they picked him to be a pitcher, but I'm surprised, but at the same time, I'm not surprised. He does have a good arm, and he can throw the ball, and he's very accurate. He can throw in a straight line.
There
That's
it
all
is.
they're really looking for
Right now, yeah.
And
When they're young, yeah.
And I credit that to me. 'Cause,
There you go.
You
There
know
you
what
go.
I mean? I did teach him how to throw the ball in a straight
That ball
line.
on
But
the rope.
anyway, yeah. So I'm happy. But for me, I played left field.
Okay, cool.
I played left field and first base.
That Barry
I'm
Bonds.
left-handed.
Okay.
I'm left-handed.
Perfect.
And I bat right-handed like Ricky Henderson.
Oh, shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I also can bat on my left as I got older.
Yeah.
And like 10, 11, 12, I learned how to bat from the left side.
That's what's
so
up,
I can bat both sides.
So you southpaws can do that more often than the right-handers can. But if you get a left-handed first baseman that can bat right, that's money, dog. That's money. Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
But and just real quick, shout out to my daughter. And I say that because we had to take an early break on the show. She was calling me like back to back. You know these kids now, they never call. They want to text. So when I see my phone ring and I think something's wrong,
right.
This is what you're getting ready for.
I know.
Che, because you're
Hey, yo, I was just having this conversation about buying a cell phone for my daughter, man.
Not
Because
yet.
I've had this. Not yet. Obviously, she's a year and a half, but in the future, dog.
I was buying a cell phone already.
I was talking about this because me and my lady, we've had this discussion. I'm like, she don't need a fucking cell phone when she's in high school. The school's got fucking phones in the goddamn classrooms. She can call me from there. And she's like, what are you talking about? Right? She's, she's younger than me, so she's all about the cell phone. She's like, it's a necessity.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't know if I'm ready for that, dog.
So the whole emergency is she got a new phone today, and she forgot her her Apple ID password.
Okay.
So that was a big emergency.
Oh, that's important.
That was a big. So just in case y'all were worried, my lady was texting me like, "Well, is Autumn all right?" I said, "Yeah, Autumn's cool." By the way, my daughter's name's Autumn. Yeah, Autumn Wynn. You know what it is.
There you go.
So she's fine. Everybody, it was an Apple ID emergency. She's logged in. She's got her apps. It's all good. So.
Hey man, my son got an iPhone and he ain't number 9 years old. I just bought him an iPhone 7. You know why I had to buy him an iPhone 7? Fortnite. Fuck Fortnite.
Man.
Fuck you, Fortnite.
Oh man.
Because that's the cheapest phone that they'll play it on right now.
I be running these late night gyms. I got at least a dozen kids that don't want to go play ball because they're in the teen center playing Fortnite. Get off the Fortnite. We used to build forts at night.
That's right.
That's what Fortnite was.
That's right. It's called fucking pillows and sheets, dog.
Yeah, pillows and sheets.
Pillows and sheets, dog.
But hell of a show, guys. Kane, it's always great having you here in the studio.
Man.
The
energy. Good to be here. Good to be here.
The three-headed monster, the Cerberus that is the Pillaging Podcast. We form like Voltron, and we're here for you every single week live on YouTube on Sunday. So make sure you check us out. That's it for this week's show. Tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. Call in and leave a message to be played on air at 408-909-PJFF. Download the official Pillaging app available for iOS and Android. Big shout out to DC4L Custom Tees and OneNationFanwear.com. Be sure to listen to our sister podcast, The Ladies of Darkness, and as well tune in now to the Put On Waivers podcast, the newest addition to the CNPN.
That's right.
Keep the wind in your sails and the rum in your mug, and pillage on, Raider Nation. This has been a product of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network. I'm Kenny Stapler, joined this week by Raider Kane and
your boy Che.
We out here.
Peace.
Go Raiders.
Just win, baby. Like a freight train coming, you're blowing the town. Like a diesel motor, you never shut down. With your pistons pumping, you're mowing them down. It's a sight to see. They all lay their money down. When you're gone, mama, hell, you ain't acting right. When you're gone, mama, I can still see your eyes. When you're gone, mama, this'll be my last goodbye. When you're gone, gone, when the sky is gray and the night sets in, it's your cue to do it all again. Until the next time I hear your name, or write this line to now my thoughts to remain. When you're gone, mama, I'll be missing you. When you're gone, mama, I can still see your eyes. When you're gone, mama, this'll be my last goodbye. When you're gone, gone, gone. When you're